Hello, tout le monde, as the French say. Welcome once again to our friends Crit Vicious and their adventure into the Stellaverse. My name is Stella, Saint Stella if you're nasty. I don't know if I'm going to stick with that. I'm going with it for now. We'll see what happens. Thanks everyone for hanging out. And this sort of like semi-unexpected night, we threw an extra stream on this like normal off Tuesday to finish this little adventure because Crit Vicious are fucking amazing and they're all like actors and musicians and performers. So they all have a lot to say and a lot to scheme. So we're bringing everybody back. So before I bring everyone else on stream, I want to sort of, I guess, do a recap. First of all, I want to thank my good friend Yahenda, who made an amazing cameo last week as our good friend Yodel Brown Farthing. And he also wrote this music that's behind me right now, and the music that I use for my like pre-stream and my break times. And Yahenda is an amazing musician, and you should check out his stuff. New follower. Hello, Mastermind. Welcome. So let me give you a quick, 2-minute recap. Let's be honest, I talk a lot. 3-minute recap about what happened last week, and then we'll jump into the game. So we found Crit Vicious in a pub in Shorehaven. They had just finished their last adventure, sort of getting stuck in this magical bog. They fought their way out, and they decided to go and see if they could, pick up their assignment that they were on. They could not. And they found out that another adventuring team called Horse Force had been doing some work around town. That's neither here nor there. There's definitely not a rivalry now. Anyways, while they were hanging out in the pub, this beautiful elf called Yodel Brown Farthing rolled in with a little poster for the wall and a letter for our local bard, a one Johnny Lovestrike. This letter was from his old friend Bianca, who he went to Amos Adventuring Academy with in the Bard stream, of course. And Bianca was basically asking him, hey, I have this sister, right? And her name's Catherine, Kate. She'll go by any of those things. It's cool. And Kate has this horrible husband called Petruchio. And for a minute, we thought that the marriage was going to be okay, but it's really not. And then we found out kind of simultaneously that Petruchio was running these like disgusting, like how to tame your partner seminars. So our troop, after much running around town, picking up some health potions and for some reason, some animal masks, those may come in handy, who knows, they set off towards Vitus Vale. On their way, they did run into an awakened tree. This tree that had been tried to be fought off by some different adventuring parties. And unfortunately, our noble friends could also not beat this very strong, very magical tree. They got their ass, shall we say, handed to them. And it didn't work out great. I mean, they might say otherwise, but that's how I saw it. Whatever. And then they rode off to Vitus Vale. Vitus Vale is a super rich, really nice town, and it's quite big, has different like sections and whatever, and they found Petruchio's house, the Marlowe Manor, if you will. And a couple of them actually had a little chat finding Kat in the garden. She seemed sort of like awkward to see some strangers around. It didn't look like she was too keen to talk to them. It did seem that she didn't have a lot to do with her husband's seminars. We had one of our members of our party, Emerald, our Dragonborn, seemed to have carried with her a little bit of injury from the fight, and she went to the cleric's hospital to get fixed up. And then our bard said Johnny Lovestrike was in town, and he dropped around to a few different bars until deciding to sort of like saddle up to the bar at the Crystal Bowl, wherein he chatted to this lovely non-binary bartender. We didn't find out their name yet, but they seemed keen and struck up a little conversation about the rich folk in this town. So, hey, Hope, how's it going? So that's where we land, and that's where I will bring in our... Welcome, everybody. Thanks for coming back. Look at that turn-in. Nice. Hey. So let's do a really quick intro to everybody, and then we'll get the story started. Val, do you want to tell me a little bit about yourself?
Hi, I'm Val, Nia Fleetfoot, if you're nasty. In Stella's work. I'm a comedian based out of Toronto, and I am Nia Fleetfoot, the human ranger who is badass in battle, but a jackass in converse social situations. Right? I barely even got that one out properly, so I'm really settling.
We can just work on the growling, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm sure we can make progress here.
Rawr.
Rawr.
Rawr. I was raised by
Well, actually, that kind of growling, that can work.
I'm pasting some of Elle's work. You can catch her on CBC. Holy shit. For anybody who's not Canadian watching this, CBC is like a big deal. It's like the Canadian Broadcast Corporation. It's like a big deal if you're on CBC. So check that shit out. Yeah. And then this is her Twitter and Insta. Copy and paste. I'm such a professional streamer. Okay. Gabe, and then we'll do the pair last. Tell me about yourself.
My name is Gabriel Campagne. I'm a musician based out of Montreal. I do all kinds of different music. I studied opera, so I can sing opera. I do the sort of folk music stuff, singer-songwriter type stuff. I have a band called Les Barricades. We do some pretty wild music over there. All in all, just having a great time.
Just chilling, just
chilling, here, The pandemic has sort of put a halt to everything, so we're doing what we can, and but it does afford me the time to be on really incredibly fun streams like this. So I'm pumped. I'm super pumped.
And finally, our daring duo.
Hello. My name is Rebecca Perry. Emerald Storm, if you're feeling crit vicious nasty. Vicious, depending on which way your screen is flipped, we've thought about this. I am an actor, I am a solo show artist, and I am a playwright, and I am currently playing half druid, half green dragon, Emerald Storm, shooting those purple flames, got the moon rocks, and have a backpack full of random shit. Also, currently just got triaged a week later in the hospital. Finally, they cleared up the Elven water skiing accident, and it was my turn a weekend to deal with the poison in my arm. Woo!
It was good times.
And hi, everyone. I am David Kingsmill, also known as D.A. Xavier. Besides being Rebecca's stage manager and musician for a lot of her theatre work, I am also a Twitch streamer. You can find me at Once Upon a Die. And I look at solitaire board games, RPGs, and the occasional video game. And, you can find me on the Instagrams and the Twitters and the YouTubes and all that kind of thing. Oh, I didn't send my YouTube link. That's fine. It's a big, long, complicated alphanumeric piece of rubbish. But if you get me up to my 100th subscriber, which I'm really close to, I can actually have a real one.
I should mention I have an Instagram as well, Redheaded Coffee Shop Girl, which still will post, where I give all my updates of all the many artistic things I do that are digital sometimes.
True. But yes, I'm playing Eltharion Ardenhammer, who is a half-elf cleric in the Peace Domain, who is basically a complete stealth fail and combat mediocre.
And by the way, just a quick note, I'm looking at the stream and Stella moved it. A second ago, it looked like your little avatar had its crossbow pointed right at your head, David.
That's why I moved it. I was like, this is too violent.
Oh my gosh, that's so true. Also, my wing is just trying to poke me.
Look, I can nudge it a bit. Look, okay, I set these up before the. Okay, look, my stream looks amazing. Okay, here we are.
He also, just before he makes himself known, we have a familiar.
Oh
yes.
My god! Oh my god!
Tim,
Star of the show!
I may have to stop and feed him at some point.
Of course.
Possibly in the next 5 seconds.
Acceptable.
So here we are in Vitus Vale. We're kind of spread out at the moment. We've got Eltharion and Nia sort of heading back from the Marlowe Manor. We've got Emerald in the hospital. She's feeling better. And we've got Johnny in the fancy pants Crystal Bowl. It's later in the evening. It's around 8 or 9 o'clock at night. What do you all want to do?
And if memory serves, the event is tomorrow. Yes,
That's right. It's Saturday night, baby.
And
I think. Sorry,
Sorry,
go for it.
Altharion and I went to a pub, right? Remind me what we learned at that pub.
Oh, right. Thanks, Jay. I forgot. You did go to the you went to the equivalent of the Hilton, right? You went to the Rose and Thorn.
Yeah.
Hilton's never going to sponsor me. It's fine.
No, hey, listen.
And,
So,
yeah.
yeah. And I think you found out that, most of the people around here don't love, what Petruchio is doing.
Yeah.
But I think most of them also don't have a lot of interaction with him at the end of the day.
It seemed to be a big vibe of, oh God, here we go again.
Yeah.
Anything else.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So, fuck that guy.
I would say for my part, I finally got triaged. I don't have poisonous things sticking out of my arm anymore. And I think, this whole week of waiting to be triaged deserves a drink. So
It's not been a week. It's been 2 hours.
But
It
Emerald
felt
felt
like
like
a
a
week.
it felt like a Tuesday to a Tuesday with how
It
long
really did, Yeah.
even though it has not been. So I think I make my way over to the bar with my fun little bandages and the nurse who signed my bandages. And
Do you head over to the Rose and Thorn or to the Crystal Bowl? Where do you think you'd find your friends? They might have told you before they left.
I just have this funny feeling that I think the Crystal Bowl is where I should be going. And so I go over there and see one of my compatriots.
Yeah. So you head into the Crystal Bowl, and there's probably about 20 folk in here. They all look quite well dressed. They all look like they're it's not like there's no dancing or anything yet. Everyone's sort of having drinks or dinner. And you do see your friend sort of cozied up to the bar, having a deep conversation with a Dragonborn actually at the bar.
Yes. So I go and sit beside them.
Yes.
And I realize I'm really underdressed and should have.
I could palm you a key to one of the rooms if you want, and you could go get the complimentary
Rope.
what is it?
You know what?
Complimentary
I have
robe. Or...
A robe. That's better than battle armor that's bloodied and some bandages. So I pick you up on that key, and I head upstairs and use scissors and make the best of this robe I can.
Yeah. There's it's the kind of hotel where you can get a free, a borrow robe or whatever, when you go to fancy restaurants and they'll give you a suit jacket or whatever. It's that vibe.
Yeah.
So
It's it's a smoking jacket, really.
yeah.
I love it.
So you
I
can get
come back down.
zhuzhed up.
Much more appropriately dressed and ready to participate.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. This beautiful Dragonborn and I had been talking about how, if memory serves, how it isn't really about the money for this guy. It's about the perception of power that he can control his spouse.
Mm-hmm. That's what they imagine anyway. I believe that their last
Makes
words
sense.
to you were, "It's not about money; it's about power."
Mm-hmm. Or at least the perception thereof. So I think that really, for Johnny anyway, it really cemented sort of what, from in his point of view, what the leverage is.
Right. And also what Petruchio cares about, because
Exactly.
if he wants the town to think he's all powerful, I guess in his mind, he feels that there needs to be the perception that he can rein in his own life.
Well, and sometimes if the thing that a person has sort of constructed as their identity, especially in the business side of things or in their social status, in being in control of everything, sometimes just undermining one part of that whole thing can do serious damage, right?
Exactly.
And with that borne in mind, I think it's important that Nia and I catch Johnny up on the fact that we unintentionally met Kat, Petruchio's wife.
Right.
Kate, sorry. And, we ended up talking briefly, and she doesn't seem to be completely under his thrall in the sense that she was happy to explain to us that this was not something that it would be good to be involved in, and that it wasn't something to be proud of attending or to shout. Was not kept to herself. So obviously whatever Petruchio has done, she's kept enough of her own mind to be able to warn people off. So I don't know how useful that is with your interaction with Bianca, but there we have it. That's where she's at.
Are you shouting this in the other bar, or you came?
No, we came back.
I think as you guys would come in, I think I would maybe move our conversation to the private rooms.
Sure.
Yeah.
Makes sense if I could artfully
Once the
leave
gang
bartender's
shows
like,
up.
with the beautiful dragon bar. If I could artfully separate myself.
Once the
and-
gang has shown up and blown your cover. Johnny!
No. There's nothing.
Johnny!
The cover has not been blown because I'm acting as though I'm completely incompetent at my work, and I don't really know what I'm doing, right? So this totally fits into my cover. So
Cool. Good.
I steal a
I
bunch
think
of
I'm going to
martini
fake
for
being
us on the
really
way up.
drunk. Like so my move so far has been like to talk to the concierge and to go like, hey, this is all very hush hush. I'm really bad at being secretive and I'm not used to this, but I'm really into it. And it's very important that these things stay secret. I think I'm going to just very loudly, like over the conversation with the bartender, I'm going to fake being inebriated. And I'm going to talk very loudly about the fact that I'm here with two other friends of mine who are here to test out it'd be three friends of mine who are here to test out the validity of Petruchio's, scheme or whatever it is. We're here on behalf of a fancy university in Draconia to test it out. With the idea that maybe he has eyes and ears in here, and that word would maybe get back to him that these people were here. So when we show up tomorrow, he might know what's going on, and it might make him think that he has an edge on me type deal, make him underestimate me. Is that a crazy move?
This bartender said,
No, I like
not a him, but good effort. Also, are these like supposed to be people from the university as well? Because like that's cute.
I go, my friends, we must go. We cannot be seen together. Go to the rooms. And I hand them the keys very obviously. And I'm going to look back at the bartender and wink in a non-inebriated fashion and go, I'll see you later.
I take an awkward deep bow because I think that this place is really nice, and I think that's what you do in these situations.
Do you care about the bartender believing your story? Because if so, I'm going to have you do a deception check. If you don't really care, then don't worry about it.
No, I don't want. I actually, what I would sort of like to do is to sort of have. So the way that I've talked to the bartender, I've sort of had this move where I act a certain way with the other patrons, and I turn to them and I go like, "These guys are ridiculous, and I'm not this stupid, really." So I don't know. I don't think they want to. I don't think I would want to do that. I don't think so.
Like you don't want okay. So I understand that you want the bartender to think that you're rich, but pretending to be poor. But then you had these three friends roll in with no idea of your
what
plan.
I want the bartender to think is that I'm oh boy, this is gonna get Inception here. I want the bartender to think that I'm faking being rich and being a bumbling idiot. So I want this bartender to know, like, okay, this guy isn't a complete bumbling idiot. He's playing a move in a game that I don't see.
Okay.
Or maybe they do. I don't know. We'll see.
Okay.
I think it's probably to our advantage that Petruchio is expecting
Exactly.
us because
That's what I'm banking on.
Yeah,
I'm banking on there being errors, and I'm banking on that the stories you'll hear is that there's just a bumbling buffoon of a noble person, this little noble person who's come over from Draconia supposedly to be sneaky, and he just sucks at it and is a complete tool.
Okay.
That's what I want.
That seems fair. That's like, because you do seem like that. Yeah,
exactly.
Especially when your friends are like, "Hey."
my acting skills are quite excellent. My bonus to deception and was the other one? Deception and persuasion are excellent. So I feel like I could pull it. I feel like I could pull this off.
We accidentally played into that quite perfectly, actually.
Yeah. Listen,
Emerald showing up half dead. Me and Altharion clambering through the door. You could hear him down the street, and me being like, "Hi!"
in a smoking jacket and stole the martini olives. We're really doing a good job here.
Yeah.
Stealing the olives is a great touch. I love it.
Yeah. Fine. So the bartender is mostly just at this point like, okay, bye.
We just get to our room at this point, I think.
100%.
So you go up and you actually got 2 rooms for the night, just so you know, but I imagine you're all going to have a little chat in one of them, but you've got 2 adjoining rooms, should you want them.
Yes.
Fabulous. My wingspan will require 1 whole room.
Deal.
I sleep on the ground anyways.
I'm very small.
Perfect. And I will bunk.
But yeah, I feel like if you guys get me caught up on your side of the situation, that we can start talking plan here for tomorrow.
So now that it's the appropriate time, I say all the things I just said.
Right, for sure.
I told you I was good at stealth.
Yeah.
So it's not like a long-term type spell type situation where she's just sort of mindless. It's
Yeah, see, that's what I was suspecting from the start, that there was some mind manipulation going on, but it doesn't sound like that. She sounds free, just sort of stuck, I guess, trapped in her situation.
Yeah.
good old social pressure.
At the hospital as well.
Sorry?
I heard some hot gossip at the hospital as well from the townsfolk. A lot of the workers in the hospital are locals. And there's not much to what you've already found out. There's absolutely a general feeling that these silly sessions about the position Kate has been put in.
Interesting.
So I think it's good to know that we have a lot of townsfolk on our side that don't like this rich jerk.
Okay.
Well, I figure. Sorry, go for it.
I mean, I was just going to ask, what do we do? Are we going to march into the seminar and just see what happens? Or
I think this is what Johnny would go for, like a classic, what he would call the classic switcheroo. The switchback. Yeah, the switchback, where you basically, what we do is we go in with our cover, we expose that the seminar is not successful, that it doesn't work in some fashion. And then when this Petruchio gets angry and proverbially pulls a knife on us, we turn around, pulls a knife on us. That's when Petruchio realizes that there's no more money, and we let the whole crowd know that they've just paid for a scam and they're not going to get their money back. And we can make our escape in the ensuing kerfuffle.
And is the idea that we'll bring
Yes.
Kate with us?
The idea,
Bianca,
I'm thinking that once Bianca shows up, she can be one of our people, and that's where the masks come in.
I thought it was Catherine, by the way. Is it Kat?
Is it Kate or Kat? Katie Kat?
Yep.
Kit Kat? Okay.
Sure. But Bianca is my friend who's going to show up tomorrow. Does Bianca have any like skills? Is she one of the? Did she go to Amos Adventuring Academy as a rogue? Is that how I know her?
No, she was a bard as well.
She was a bard as well. Oh,
yeah.
Sweet. Okay, fantastic.
You will recall that in your note, you didn't say, "Come here."
I didn't?
Yeah.
You said, "Hello, this is the name I'm using. This is where I am. We're going to free your sister."
Oh, shit. I was so sure I said, we're going to free your sister. Come here and help us. Or come here. We're going to free.
That's why I thought we were bringing
We
Kate
definitely
to Bianca.
are. We definitely are. I thought Bianca would be here to help us because that was the purpose of me sending the message, was to go, I was hoping I could use some of her resources. But if I didn't put that in, then that's okay. And if she can't be there, that's not the end of the world, but it does kind of screw up the plan a little bit.
I mean, there's four of us. We can still make this happen.
There's four of us. I guess I'm just worried that I was hoping to have Bianca there to help convince Kate to come with us, because I've met Kate, but she doesn't know me that well, right?
But judging from what Altharion and Nia said to Kate and what Kate said to them, doesn't sound like she needs a whole lot of convincing to potentially leave. Might just need some assistance.
Maybe you're right.
I'm itching for a fight. So if this Petruchio guy talks some shit, I'm gonna kick his ass. I already lost a fight against a tree today. I'm not about to lose to some rich dick bag.
Yeah, I want to use my flame blade, but like, you know, on a being, not on a bark.
Well, the hard part that I see with this plan is making sure that the money disappears. And now I could suggest to the person at the cache that when a fight breaks out, they vanish with the money. I could ask them to bring the money to a carriage and then walk to the East Gate type deal. That might be something that I can pull off, but it's a risky move because if I mess it up, it's not a very high skill check to resist the suggestion, right?
Right.
It's only like a roll of 13. So even if the person has no bonus in their wisdom at all, there's still like a decent chance that it won't work, and then our cover's blown right from the start, right?
Then we'll fight our way out.
Well,
just like, come on.
Fight.
But we gotta be a little careful with this, because like I don't necessarily want if we can avoid it looking like we just kidnapped a woman. Like a bunch of people in masks just show up and kidnap this dude's wife, like, because that's not a hard sell if we go in guns blazing, right? And if we can,
but I think we can give one of the masks just to help sneak her out.
That's the other side of the plan, is we could just make sure she never even shows up to the thing. If we can get her
in the
sorry,
go.
If we can,
I was going to say, in the nature of creating a distraction, in case if there is some sort of magic at work here. Actually, slight meta question for a second. Stella, would some kind of mind control be considered a harmful spell?
Yes, very much so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if one of us gets control.
I didn't know if it had to be like direct damage to count as harmful. In that case, I do have the Sanctuary spell in my ability, and it forces, granted the same chance, the same wisdom chance, but it will potentially block a harmful spell from affecting its current target. It will be retargeted to someone else, but I might be able to, if there is a one-on-one interaction at the event, I might actually be able to block Petruchio from successfully doing whatever he is doing. Ooh, if it is magic really based.
Cool. Right.
Okay, I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I think that those plans. Does anybody else have any skills? Because like I have quite a few skills when it comes to like, I can persuade people to do certain things. I can I can freeze Petruchio in place. I have hold person, and he, as far as I know, he's a humanoid. I guess he could be like a dragon in human guise. I guess that's a thing that could happen. But regardless, I can probably I've got some skills in that sense. I was just hoping that we could, if we can get the crowd against him instead of against us, then our chances of succeeding are way better. If we have to fight him and his guards, that's one thing. But if we have to also fight the whole crowd, it's going to be rough.
I can restrain people. Like I've got entangle. That's one. But other than that, I'm more physical.
Same here. If Petruchio is a Colossus, I can slay him. I have Colossus Slayer. And then otherwise, if he's got a wooded area in his backyard and we lure him out there, I'm going to be super proficient in the trees. So
I can also predict the weather
I just
for
wanna
the next
fight this
24
guy.
hours.
The nice part about the cover that I've got is that I could come in as myself. You three could wear masks and be like my associates here to ensure the validity of the thing, which might allow us to get closer to the action.
You're so obsessed about those masks.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm going to find a way to use those stupid animal masks if it kills me.
The less
Well, we have like 4 options now, so I'd say let's shouldn't we get some sleep so that we are nice and healed and revitalized?
Maybe.
tomorrow
I was
night?
really hoping that Bianca would be here, but that's okay. We can still definitely do this. If we have to go in guns blazing, I feel confident that we can make it work. But I
also feel confident that tomorrow during the day, if we wanted, there are many people in town we could ask to help us if we felt we needed like more bodies.
that's a good point. If the townsfolk don't like this,
the
then that would be even better. If we could fill the crowd up with people who are on our side.
A lot of the wives of the town are not okay with this going on because they don't want their husbands to get involved.
Interesting. Okay, I think maybe sleeping on it would be a good idea.
All right. I'm up for that.
All right.
So y'all are going to bed.
we lock the doors, Stella, in case any monkey business fucking goes on. I double check the locks.
Don't forget, there's a giant tree that's going to punch in our window.
Yo, I got plans for that fucking tree, okay? I got plans.
Okay. I'm just gonna just to roll along. You're safe. You're in the middle of town. It's fine. You have a lovely night's sleep. However, you decide to spread yourselves out. Probably at one point in the night, Johnny snuggles into one of Emerald's wings. It's a perfect
100%.
fit. It's really nice.
Using my smoking jacket as a
nice.
blanket.
Beautiful. And you wake up. And I will say, I'm sorry, y'all. I don't know why Rebecca and David's audio is a bit laggy. I'm not sure what to do about that. I don't know if you can plug in your internet or what. Okay.
We can't do that.
Yeah.
Let me see if there's
Anyways,
something else
it's
we can
fine. We
do.
hear you fine and we see you fine, but your audio is about a second behind. I don't know why. It's fine. Whatever. The other two, you're perfect. You're perfect in my eyes.
We're just
Yeah, no problem.
troubleshoot while we sleep.
So you have so if anybody, I assume
Do I get to click the
all of
long
you
rest
need
button?
it. Yeah, go ahead and click long rest.
Oh yeah.
So you'll get all your spells back. You'll get
Long
all
rest.
your HP back. And you wake up. This is probably literally the nicest sleep you've had in a while. You came from the bog and then you slept at the inn in Shorehaven, which was fine. But this is a nice place. Johnny paid some real ass gold for this place.
Listen, you got to commit to the part.
Yeah. So you wake up, I assume early-ish with the sun, let's say 7 or 8 in the morning, yeah?
Mhm.
You got shit to do today. You know that the seminar of Petruchio's, it's set at dusk, which is probably around 7 p.m. So you have approximately 12 hours to figure out. The seminar is happening, and you got the letter from Bianca. The two aren't necessarily, you can do whatever the fuck you want, but those are your hours. Yes, Mia.
Is there anything in these hotel rooms that I can just take? Like an ashtray or something like that. I kind of want to be armed.
Oh,
if I need to
no.
throw an ashtray at somebody's head, I'm just going to take it.
Yeah, roll me an investigation check.
I'm chaotic neutral, so I don't really kind of care about the rules. I'm just looking to arm myself.
Yeah.
What am I? Sorry, investigation.
Yeah.
Sick.
Have a little look around the room.
+4.
First check of the night to steal shit from the hotel.
15.
Okay, so you take as you wake up, you take a look around the room. It's a nice room. There is bedding. There are towels. There is a bowl of fresh water with a couple of glasses, nice clay glasses. There is probably, I guess there's an ashtray. Sure, I don't condone smoking, but it's the fantasy smoking where it doesn't cause cancer. We don't need to get into that. That was weird. There's probably a bathrobe. there are a handful of things you could steal. I mean, Johnny paid for the rooms, so not getting his deposit back, I guess.
There was a deposit?
Oh, definitely taking my smoking jacket
Yeah,
with me
I'm
for
I'm
sure.
too chaotic neutral to care. So I scoop up the ashtray, I take the mug, anything I can throw in the heat of battle if I need to, I'm
Okay.
taking. So the
Yeah.
ashtray and the mug are mine.
Okay, go ahead and
I take the toilet plunger and the 4 olives.
4 olives.
you do. Yeah,
Oh, poor
yeah,
concierge.
yeah.
Sorry,
Also,
Johnny.
we're on the
I'm-
3rd floor, right?
Yeah,
Sweet.
Sorry,
No,
Johnny.
no
that's-
reason. No reason. I just wanted to make sure.
which is the penthouse here.
Ooh,
Because these buildings
penthouse.
don't, go that high generally. So
Very nice.
I'm going to spend a little time studying anything that I can find in my own books about mind control and other forms of charm. Obviously, I can't be charmed myself, being a half elf, but it doesn't mean I haven't tried to stop it. As a peace domain cleric, justice is kind of within my wheelhouse. So I'm just going to take an hour.
Sure.
And just read and just see if there's anything I can find so that I can try to recognize it if it's happening.
I propose to.
so I would say for that, go ahead and do an Arcana check. Also, I think that you have resistance to being charmed. You're not immune.
I'll double check that. I thought I was
Yeah.
immune, but I might be wrong.
That'd be amazing if you are.
Mm.
Pretty
Arcana.
sure it's resistance, but yeah.
That's an Arcana of 11.
Okay, so you know that actually charming people is a relatively looked down upon and tough thing. I mean, people think of charm as cute and fun, but charming somebody is actually quite dangerous and can lead to a lot of really not good things. And especially as a cleric, you have some qualms against charm spells, I imagine, in a lot of cases. But you do know that only specific practitioners can charm people, and usually said practitioners of magic can tell when somebody is charmed.
Gotcha. Thank you. Also, just to clarify, you're right. I have resistance against being charmed. I can't be put to sleep. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah. So you get advantage on any versus charm checks.
I propose to Nia that just in case muscle becomes a factor in this dogfight, that we go for a jog so that we feel we are in tip-top shape.
I am down with that. Always down to go for a nice, invigorating jog.
This is why your one-shots are never one-shots.
Yep.
This right here.
Right here. Yep. 100%.
I mean, I fucking love it, and we should just do a campaign so these things can happen. But deciding to steal from the hotel and go for a jog, love it. But
how many roles do we have that aren't actually pertinent to the narrative? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, pertinent to the long form establishment of your character. But, oh my god! Yeah.
Do we have any idea? Would I, in my conversation with the bartender, have any idea what kind of format is happening here? I know it's in this hall, right?
Format of the seminar?
Yeah, the seminar. Is it just do people just show up and then they're both on a stage? Is there any information I can get to the actual mechanical happenings on of a thing?
We can retcon that a little bit, and you probably asked that, and the bartender wouldn't know. They would never have gone to that. They think it's disgusting.
Fair.
So I'll give to you just so you know, it's not 50 people show up.
Okay, yeah,
the
that's
bartender thinks that maybe 10 people show up. It's not
way easier. Okay.
It's not when Altherion and Nia went, like I said, the shrine itself is maybe only 50 feet. It's not it's not an auditorium.
Okay, gotcha.
It's a small
it's
the
gathering.
size of a classroom if you think of it that way.
Okay, well then we don't need to worry about that. Then my whole switchback thing, not important. If there's only 10 people showing up, that's okay. We can still steal the money though.
Stella, is it possible for us to review one of the many banners we ripped up advertising exactly what was supposed to go down at this
Yes,
event,
I
just for good measure.
can. Give me 5 seconds, and I can read you exactly what that said because you would have read it, and you ripped them up when Yodel brought them to you, so you probably had like a relatively good look. So for all you Shakespeare aficionados out there, I hope you get these references. But it basically says, "Is your partner peevish, sullen, sour, not obedient to your honest will? Learn to tame them. Take your rightful place as their lord, their life, their keeper, their head, their sovereign, the one that cares for them." And then the details at the bottom are Sunday Eve at dusk in the old shrine at Marlowe Manor, led by Sir Petruchio Marlowe, Esquire. 5 gold pieces.
Yep, I could see why the wives are pissed off.
Yeah.
How far is the shrine from the place of residence? Is it right next door?
Yeah, it's right in the backyard.
It's
basically like this
on
is the manor.
grounds.
Yeah, it's on the grounds. It's
Gotcha.
maybe
Okay.
30 feet or something from the back door of the manor.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm pretty eager to just get this shit started and walk through those front doors. But I'm obviously not the best at deception. Please don't make me play any sort of role because I'm going to screw it up for us.
That's listen.
The
This
reeler?
is what the masks are for.
Right.
You
But
just
the mask,
have to wear
but
like
I'm
a
still.
cloak with the mask, and I'll do all the talking. I'll say you can't talk to these people. Otherwise the whole thing is compromised.
Okay, yeah, I won't say
That's
a
my
word.
plan. That's
But
my
I'm also
plan.
saying the more my alias or whatever fits my personality, if it's like, yeah, this is just hired muscle, she's a mute, she doesn't talk, then I can play that role.
That's also fair.
I'm in the same boat as Nia. The endorphins are pumping from our jog, and I just want to get.
All
Or
right.
just
stuff
tell them that
done.
you have your own method of taming people, and you've tamed me to be your bodyguard or something.
I think I'm gonna go in and like butter this dude up. I'm gonna say, oh my god, I hear you have this amazing method. I've got these people who are here to be like the control or whatever those like fancy university people talk is. I don't give a shit about that. I believe that what you're doing is important, and I really want to know if it's true. Type deal, so that he won't necessarily suspect me or at least think I'm a chump. And then when I hold person him or when I attack him socially on the stage, then it will come perhaps as a surprise and maybe I'll get an edge on him or something.
When I attack him socially is like my new
Potential.
favorite thing.
Yeah, listen.
Might I suggest some details
Yes.
to your social attack? Just putting it out there. This scenario really reminds me of like 2 different pyramid schemes battling each other. Okay. Your methodology might be superior to Petruchio's, even if both of them are totally nuts.
That's not a bad idea.
Yeah,
But I feel like, sorry, go for it.
you can say I can be your example. You can be like, watch, and then you point at me and you go, do a backflip, and I'll gladly any excuse to do a backflip or to like do a wall jump or something like that. And then people be like, oh wow, he trained her to do backflips on command.
Nia
not
just
a
wants
bad
to get her
idea.
workout in, let's be honest.
Here's the thing,
Yeah,
though.
I want
I'm
action.
really, like, I want the people on our side. Can you go back to the place where they healed you, the
hospital.
The hospital. Can you go back to the hospital and get like an angry mob of women to show up outside the fucking place? Is that a thing that?
I can, because I wrote a song to corral them all. I'm ready.
Is that a thing that we could do?
I use homonyms.
Because that
Yes,
that
I
would
can
be
do that.
I could come. Maybe that's one of the things that I could do is I could come help you corral these women and if we have like a crowd of angry people outside, it's gonna make escaping a hell of a lot easier.
Yeah,
Get
that's
lost
true.
in the
Get
crowd
lost
and
in the
like
crowd.
if
Absolutely.
I can get as many witnesses as possible on our side, if I can avoid this getting back to the authorities as this group of random strangers kidnapped this wealthy guy's wife. I don't want that to be the narrative because I don't want the cops chasing this woman and forcing her to go back with her husband because she's kidnapped, right? I want her to escape, and then the authorities go, okay, this guy's a fucking prick, and we don't want him to
okay.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like we want it to be very clear what the narrative is here so that there's a minimum of repercussions for Bianca and Kat in the future. But if we can't, we just smash and grab.
I like that.
Yeah. I feel like if that doesn't work, then listen, we'll do it the old-fashioned way.
Then plan N for Nia.
Very nice. Very nice. Yeah. I feel like, it's gonna be a battle of cons over here. Until it's really not.
I'm willing to go along.
But is that okay? Is that okay with everybody? Can we go try to corral these? Do you want to go and corral these women?
Oh, I've already walked out the door with my smoking jacket, my toilet stopper.
So here's what we're gonna do is that
good.
we can, you three can do things like that, and then if you show up in the mask, nobody will know that you're the one who corralled these people. Like, right? Am I crazy?
Are we the only one with masks?
Right now, the three masks are in
I
my
don't.
backpack.
I'm gonna show up so that he knows who I am. Hopefully word has gone back to him that there's this crazy little halfling who really wants to test out the theory, right? Who's a complete buffoon. And I'm gonna show up with my control subject who shouldn't be talked to, who shouldn't be interacted with, or else the experiment is a failure and we can't really know for sure if it works. That was my plan.
Just throwing it out there. Will people not see the giant wings? That's the one flaw in the plan.
I'm going to get some cloaks to go with the masks. That's going to be my job, is to go get a bunch of cloaks. You wanted to do this the Shakespeare way, okay? I'm just following through. Don't look at me like that, Stella.
Well,
don't look at me like that.
Let me just say, I've already got this covered, kids. I can put the smoking jacket on top of my wig. I don't always have to open through the arm.
I feel like I should be growing a handlebar moustache or something and just kind of going with that.
Exactly.
We have 3 masks, people. Just let me have this. Just let me have this.
I've started walking to the hospital. Who is beside me?
Nia, do you want to
Nia
go?
Is. I'm coming with. I'm coming with. Sure.
Okay. Luckily, the hospital is down the road, so I'm already there opening the doors. Who's opening the doors with me?
Nia is.
I will be there as general background muscle just in case something goes wrong.
Yeah,
okay.
I'm so confused as to my role here, so I'm just kind of following whoever.
So am I, let's be honest.
Right now, I just need some emotional support as I corral many people from the hospital.
I can do that. Let's. Yep.
But keep in mind. But wait, it's a little early. If you tell them, you're telling them to go to the place tonight, right?
I am. This is
Okay. Good.
all covered in the song.
Okay. Sweet. Lay down.
You walk into a hospital. Okay.
Right,
Great.
just exited.
Yeah. Go ahead.
This is gonna go so
And
well.
what do you do in the hospital
So
with
I'm not sure
injured and sick people everywhere?
but there are also many townsfolk that are staff at the hospital, whether administrative, whether medical, and that covers nurses, doctors. Oh my gosh, I forgot the name of people that do ultrasounds. Ultrasound technicians.
There's no ultrasound technicians in D&D, but there are many clerics.
Yeah, that's totally what I just said.
And a bunch of angry clerics outside.
Sorry, the Bible push in my ear isn't quite working right.
Sorry.
I love how Johnny was just like, you met all these people, they don't like him, right? Could you corral? And you said yes. And I was like, no problem, go for it. I'm going to do something else. I trust you. Amazing.
Well, with love, while walking through the hospital in my smoking jacket and trying to personally connect eye to eye with as many people that I feel might potentially identify as struggling wife at the moment, ATM.
Yeah.
I sing to them a song about homonyms.
M-E-E-T is when you want to eat. Wait, let me try that again.
Yep.
Sorry, I messed it up already because I was nervous. That's why I needed for emotional support. One more time, and this is only 30 seconds, Stella, I promise.
Great.
M-E-E-T is when you want to meet. M-E-A-T is when you beat your meat. Meat. That Kate does not want. Homonyms are very interesting things to know. You can learn a lot about consent if you follow me and Mia. Da, da, da. Come and join me today and make Petruchio. Just go to jail today, right now. And that's as far as I got, but I've convinced so many people. I mean,
Right now?
Have you? Okay, here's the truth of what's happening. You walk into a hospital, and you established last time that there was a horrible water skiing accident. So there's a bunch of people who are broken limbs, who nearly drowned yesterday, a handful of clerics. It's first thing in the morning, and you walk in, again, you established wearing a smoking jacket. So I'm going to have you go ahead and roll a persuasion check with disadvantage.
Persuasion?
Yeah.
Disadvantage?
Well, yes. You set up this scenario. I didn't.
Okay. Well, 4.
Yeah. There's about 12 people in here who look at you. About 10 of those are injured and ill people, and 2 of them are like clerics trying to treat them. And they literally give you a blank stare and worry that you're in the wrong place and that you're actually looking for the psychiatric hospital, which is actually on the other side of town.
Psych ward jailbreak. Let's go.
Please, oh God. As you leave, though, there is one elven young woman who appears to be there to is a cleaner and looks at you and says, "Are you singing about Petruchio?"
Why, yes, I am.
That dick.
Right?
What do you need?
What a knob.
What do we need? Do you have any birds? Any trained birds?
Me? No, I just mop the floors here.
Yeah.
But and she sort of really subtly does and pulls out a pretty sweet dagger.
Ooh.
Do you want to make
like
Petruchio pay with us?
I mean, we all do, but what do you mean? He's one of the most powerful people in town. I don't know. Who are you?
We are Crit Vicious. We feel that we could dismantle his reputation if we discredit a bit of his power by helping his wife make safe passage away.
Oh, you're trying to get Kat out of there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I've met her a few times. She seems pretty cool. Sometimes she comes into town and sells the apples from the garden. She's really sweet. She's really nice. I'm down to help, but I don't know how much I could do.
Honestly, the more people we can corral, the better, because ultimately we'll need a distraction to slip her out without being noticed.
Okay, well, I'm on shift until about 4.
That's fine. Doesn't start till tonight.
Do you know where I can get my hands on a bird? Preferably a trained bird.
Oh, sure.
I have a plan.
I'm pretty sure the divorce store has trained pigeons.
Of course.
Good. Thank you.
Yeah. So do you want me to meet you somewhere after shift or?
At the divorce store.
Oh, okay, cool. I was probably going to go there and grab some what? Okay. Yeah. All right. I'll see you there, I guess.
Yeah, we'll be there around 5 p.m. How's that sound?
Sure.
bring whatever friends you think would love to join our cause. Anyone who has any ill intent against Petruchio and doesn't believe in the bullshit that he's doing and believes in the independence and initiative of women everywhere.
Yeah. Anyone who Petruchio rubs the wrong way, today is the day.
Okay.
He'll get his comeuppance.
I'll see what I can do. The two of you roll me an insight check.
Oh no.
5.
Does she work for him? 13.
Nia, you're pretty sure this young elf, who's probably only like 60 or 70 in your best guess, pretty young for an elf. Yeah, she's unsure. She likes the cut of your jibs, but it's like convincing a teenager at like lunch break to be like, okay, come join our resistance after school, okay? And this teenager's like, sure, unless something better comes up. So
does she not notice my longbow and my 2 machetes and my wild animal garb?
yeah.
Okay. All right.
I almost wonder if Nia and I should
Do a backflip?
well, I was gonna say, like, if maybe we should go to the town square and make our presence a little more obvious, or do we want to stay a bit more under the radar?
Maybe a bit more under the radar.
Oh, then why don't we go from store to store and just try talking to people? I promise not to sing my psychotic song. I actually promise to talk to them and just sort of say, like, is Petruchio upsetting you as much as, you know, we think he is? Because what he's doing is silly.
I just want to get a bird.
No, we can do your bird. Don't worry. Devore has like 6 different brands of birds. We're
Okay.
good.
Okay. All right. Good.
We meant it when we said you could find anything you need at Devore and more.
Good. I want a bird that poops a lot.
I also would like to mention that JTH, the Demon Slayer, says that my song was superior to the Beatles. So,
Ooh.
Yeah.
yeah.
Josh
That's
says a lot of
words.
shit. But yeah, that's probably true. Great.
Just before we move on too far away from the hospital, do I get the sense when these folks come out that they've had much success? Because I'm wondering if I should have a quiet word with the head cleric and just point out that there's potential blasphemy happening in this town, and it might happen.
Do you want to have a discussion real quick, or do you just want to get a sense of the way they walk out?
I'll have
Okay.
a quick discussion. I'll just say, you know, hey guys, how'd it go? Like, how many people did you manage to get to come along with us?
And when we say 1, you go in and try and make that 2.
Yeah. Go in.
That's how bluntly you put it. Yes, definitely.
I kind of gently kick a rock shamefully around me. I was like, I didn't get to do a backflip.
Yeah. And I throw the plunger across town.
Okay, then I think I will. I will just sort of quickly get all of my clerical adornments out from, you know,
Mhm.
don't necessarily wear them all the time. Let's put the necklace back round. Let's just make myself look as, frankly, as pompous as I possibly can. And I'm just going to go straight in and go and speak with Tarek.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
There are 2 clerics in right now. It's pretty early in the morning. It's, you know, like, it's a big town, but for D&D, it's not like, you know, there's not a million people here or anything like that. Maybe a couple thousand in the whole area. So there are 2 clerics on right now. And you ask around and you know, there's not a head. There is somebody who runs this hospital. They're not here. There are 2 clerics here. One of them, you know, I think probably out of like not wanting to speak to you, tells you that the other one is definitely the one in charge, and points you to the other cleric, who you find treating a broken bone and casting, you know, just a little heal wounds on this young elf who looks like potentially was in a what did we say? CDU accident?
Water skiing.
Yeah, water skiing. My bad.
You know, where you do like 4 and then 3
Yeah.
and then 2 and then 1.
It was a show, and this one was probably at the top and fell and hit the boat and then hit
Got
the
it.
ground, hit some rocks, a bunch of broken bones. So this cleric is casting a few last heal wounds to heal this poor gnome's bones, and you walk up.
Are they doing a decent job of it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So they're competent. Then I will wait to one side until they're done and turn and see me. I won't disturb them in their practice.
Okay. They only take like a minute, and they say, "I'll be back in another hour or so to cast another, and then you should be good to go." And the gnome sort of nods, and they walk out of. They're like little cubicles where each person is.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
I gotcha. Then I'm just going to say, "Excuse me, brother. May I have a moment of your time?"
Oh, yeah. Yes. Good morning. Are you injured?
Good morning. No, brother, I am not. But there are people in this town who I believe are. Your colleague out there told me that you are in charge at the moment, and I wanted to just have a quiet word, just to potentially engage your assistance upon a means of defeating some blasphemy that I believe may be taking place in this town.
Blasphemy, you say? That's quite quaint of you. You must not be from around here.
I'm not, but that does not mean that I do not share a divine right to take care of those who will go against the order of things. And I look at him quite pointedly as if to say, and that's your thing to do as well.
Ooh, touche.
Hell yes.
My job here is not to correct people's blasphemy. It's to heal their bones.
Are you a cleric?
Certainly, but I follow...
Do you worship one of the gods?
Certainly. I worship Ayun and yourself.
I'm just going to keep interrupting him every time he tries to make an excuse. Then it is within our domain to take care of our flock. One of your flock is, I believe, wounded, and they are not here, and we must go to them.
All right. And he kind of rolls his eyes. Roll me an insight check.
Sure.
That was an awesome pitch, by the way.
Yeah.
Well done.
Thank you. Insight. That's a 10, unfortunately.
You're not sure about this guy, but you can immediately tell that he's like sort of unconvinced. He seems like, okay, so this is ER, and he's like McSteamy, and he's like, I'm the important doctor here, and I don't want to hear your shit. That's sort of his vibe.
Okay.
Does that make Altharion McDreamy?
Yeah.
Hey.
Use your charm.
Then I'm just checking. No, that's not going to be any help. I'm not charming anybody. That's I'm going to.
If Patrick Dempsey can charm people in hospital, I think Altharion.
I am actually. I don't know if this is going to solve anything, but I am going to, because it will imbue him with bravery that might actually overcome his own narcissism. I am going to very quietly cast heroism on him.
Oh.
Okay.
That's a great spell.
Real quick. Are you? So you're trying to cast a spell on him secretly, though?
Yeah. It's a touch spell, so I'm just going to reach out and just gently remind him of his duties. And at the moment that I touch him, I'm just going to imbue him with heroism in the hopes that it might instill some sense of responsibility.
I don't know if I can do this, but that's what I rolled. It's a 1. You cast heroism on him without noticing.
Very nice.
Then I'm going to simply
and you actually see him sort of like stand up straighter in the moment. He's like,
hey.
Then I'm going to say it would be greatly to the benefit of this town, and it would reflect extremely well upon you and upon this hospital if we can take care of this evil that is at the heart of everything that is currently taking place in the upper echelons of the people here.
You think that I've lived in this town this long and don't know that the upper crust of this town are deceitful and power hungry? Have you ever lived in a large city, my good friend? I don't think I've caught your name.
My name is Altharion Ardenhammer, and yes, I have indeed lived in a large city, and I understand corruption, but this goes beyond corruption. This goes to the very destruction of the human soul and of the soul of every other species that comes in and listens to the words of this fearmongerer, this manipulator, and this tyrant that is at the heart of your very town.
And it's a pyramid scheme.
What are you asking me exactly?
I am simply asking that you gather your brethren and you join me this evening in trying to rid this town of some of its evil by unmasking it. I do not ask you to be involved. I simply ask you to be present so that we might have witnesses and we might bring down this evil with a greater efficacy.
Again, what are you asking me exactly?
Bring everybody you can and be outside the Marlowe Manor at 7 p.m. tonight.
And then what?
And then simply bear witness to what follows. The word of a cleric will carry strongly. It will go greatly in your favor. Who knows? You may even find yourself in charge of this place properly.
Roll me a persuasion check with advantage for getting that heroism past
move. That's awesome.
Well,
Whoa.
My persuasion is what? +3, okay. With advantage. That is a 17.
there. This cleric reaches out his hand and shakes yours and says, "It's been a pleasure and an honor to meet you, Altharion Ardenhammer. I cannot promise you much, but I promise you that I will do my best."
It is all I ask, brother. I will see you tonight. And I walk out.
Well done.
Nice.
That was
Cool.
so cool.
my pathetic ditty bows down to your epic Shakespearean speech.
I say not at all. It was merely a different approach. And I have one olive and then give them back.
That's such an Altharion thing to do.
That is the most Altharion thing to do. Moderation. Wow.
Oh, wicked.
All right. Let's take this misogynistic pyramid scheme down a peg, am I right?
I want a bird. I'm going to go to the store. I'm going to the store.
Okay, you head like just down the street. You know, most of this is all sort of downtown area. You head to the divorce store. It's now around 10 a.m. And you head in. And inside there are 2 or 3 people milling about. And behind the counter is a young-ish halfling woman.
I say to her, "Hello, I would like a bird, please. And I would like it to be smart enough that it understands a cue that I will give it to do something cool."
Johnny, are you with them all, or is Nia alone, or?
I could totally be with Nia. I'm super down with that. Yeah. I'll help Nia buy a bird.
So this young halfling woman looks at you and says, "Oh, you must have really liked that pigeon that you bought last night. Hey, you're back for more? Yes, no problem. We've got more. We've got a handful of birds in the back. You want a pigeon? You want a raven? What are you thinking? What are you trying to get this thing to do? We got a few birds that will answer to commands, but depends what you want them to do."
I want a bird that eats a lot and is easy to takes very simple commands.
All right. I think you want another pigeon. I really think you do.
I think so. I do want a pigeon.
Yeah, no problem. That's it's gonna be 3 silver. I can promise you that they will probably answer to the first couple commands, and then they may wander. They're pigeons.
That is okay.
Bird brain is a saying for a reason, if you know what I mean.
I got it. I just need it to hide for a little bit on my person. I can probably just nestle it into my quiver.
Sure.
And then when I call upon it, I just need it to do one very simple thing.
Great. Yeah, no problem. It's going to be 4 silver pieces.
No problem.
There you are. And she goes in the back and gives you a cage with quite a nice pigeon. Looks well fed, looks happy. There's a handful of seeds in there that'll do it for the day.
1 gold is I have 50 gold. So what's the conversion rate?
It's like 10 silver in a gold. So yeah, you should be able to just make a note, whatever. We'll figure it out. But
okay, I'll tip them. I'll tip them the rest of the gold. I'm just gonna give her. I'm giving her 1 gold.
Yeah. Then she sends you off also with a flask of tea, warm, a warm like you know.
So nice.
Yeah, like a thermos of tea, basically.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm kind of confused by the gesture because I'm still not familiar with money and exchange and economy. So I'm just kind of like, okay, are we done here? Is that how that works?
Yeah, I really appreciate your business. Come on back to the divorce store anytime. You know what? My uncle told me that we almost have a what do they call it? A jingle? It's on the way. We'll have that when you come back.
Hell yeah.
Thank you.
In French too.
Yeah, that was so good.
In Elven too.
That was so good, Nia.
Yeah.
You did it. You went in, you paid money, and you got the thing you wanted. You didn't growl at them. You didn't attack anything. Like it went so good. I'm so proud of you.
I wanted to. I took this loose plank of wood that I found in the corner. I don't know if that.
What's on the? Is it just a random piece of wood, or is it actually something? Did she just rob the divorce store?
I just found it on the ground. I just kind of throw it behind me.
You did a little cleaning, actually.
Gold. It's probably not worth a whole gold, so you'll be fine.
Or can I say I took the bell on the counter that you used to like ding.
Yes, but then we'll have to do a sleight of hand check.
Okay, never mind. Then I tell Johnny.
A piece of wood, sure, but
yeah. I tell Johnny I was really tempted to take the shiny thing, but I didn't.
Oh my god, Nia, you have learned so much and you've gotten so much better.
Thanks.
I'm super impressed. Well done.
Thank you. Thanks.
I asked for a group check-in because I felt like Nia was oddly specific about this bird being real hungry. And since we are in the land of Shakespeare, I asked the entire group, are we going for more of like a Titus Andronicus approach? Are we going to check out the tongue of Petruchio?
No violence, just humiliation.
Okay.
I think this is part of.
Here's what I suspect might end up happening is that we're going to come in. We're going to have to convince Kat to not go along with whatever's going on. We're going to have to convince Kat or dispel whatever's going on with Kat to show that what he's doing is bullshit. And then once that happens, once the jig is up, so to speak, that's when violence is probably going to start happening. Unless we literally just start attacking them out of the blue. That's always a possibility, but I would much rather them start the fight.
Yeah. I mean, once the jig is up, you can also take his tongue. Man needs to learn a lesson.
Listen. If the jig is up, they start attacking us, and we have to kill everybody. Then that's what happens. You know what I mean? This is
yeah. That's when Nia releases the pigeon.
Like we're not nice. You know.
I'm going to be pretty tight-lipped about my plan. It's going to be great.
I'm pretty excited.
Keep your secrets.
No. Yeah.
I think if it would be possible for me to go to the Resident Wizard, I would like to see if they have some spell scrolls. There's one spell that I've been looking up that I think if I could get it, I think it might help us in a fight. And I was wondering if the wizard might have a spell scroll handy.
Yeah, sure. We can. Okay, technically, you can't do that as a bard in real D&D rules. Before anybody like,
but can't a sorcerer do that?
Yeah,
exactly.
You're not a sorcerer, are you?
You're a bard.
No, but my companion is a sorcerer. The Dragonborn is a sorcerer. No, did I get that wrong?
I'm half druid, half dragon.
Druid.
Yeah,
sorry,
druid.
so sorry.
Yeah.
I thought you were a sorcerer. That's 100% my bad. I can't do that. Scratch it.
Like, this sounds really interesting, so I'm kind of okay with you. Like, as long as you trade out one of your current spells.
I mean, sure. I was just going to go get like a spell scroll of like heat metal or something because it's a really
I've already got something like that. If that's what you're looking for, let me just remind you. I mean, like I've got.
I know you have the flame sword, but I know it because it is a bard spell that I can learn if I level up. I'll be able to learn it, but it's just a really damaging spell. I can heat up a metal weapon in somebody's hand or the armor that they wear. And if they still keep holding on to it or they can't get out of it, it'll deal tons of damage every turn.
Okay, because I was going to say I have control flames.
Yeah,
which
this
you
is
don't-
like,
Yeah.
I think it's like 2d8 damage for every round, and I can just keep doing it every round for a minute. So it's like
Okay.
crazy damage. It's what I want to use on the tree, by the way. I got a whole plan, but no. But I wanted to see if I could get a spell scroll for that spell in case, because I suspect this is going to turn into a fight. Petruchio doesn't seem like the most stable. It doesn't seem like the kind of person who would take what's about to happen well. And if I can literally cook him in his own armor for a little bit, I feel like that's going to help in the fight, maybe.
Depending on what abilities you decide to use, I also have enhanced ability where I can help zhuzh up whatever you're using.
Maybe could you, before, as we come in, if I'm going to call him on whatever's going on, if you could enhance ability on my, because in enhance ability, you can enhance one trait, yes?
Yes, we have bear's endurance, bull's strength, cat's grace, eagle's splendor, fox's cunning, owl's wisdom, or at higher levels.
Cool.
So you can like give me advantage on my charisma rolls, yeah?
Yeah.
Correct.
Because I think that's going to be really important. If like, I'm also thinking if we have a few people that show up as a bard, if I can get these few people outside the divorce store and I can start maybe corralling people on the street to come and be like a big mob, I feel like that might work really well. And if I had an enhanced charisma, even though I have an insane, my stat is super high, if I could get advantage on that, we're way more likely to succeed.
At divorce. Sure.
Very cool. All right. I think that's worth a shot. Then I don't need the heat metal spell. I just thought it would be kind of cool. But it's all good.
I love the idea of convincing an entire gang of people to help us, as in like Stella having to control 50 NPCs. This giant mob of NPCs.
You just have to control one NPC mob, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways.
But I think it's great that the townsfolk have noticed this is going on and are not okay with it. That's really on our side here, and it gives us the element of being able to disappear into a crowd.
And I think this is honestly like people. Wait, hold on, because people have seen your face, right, in the mob, but we have to get into we have to get in to see the actual thing happening. Yeah, I think that's where, unironically, I think that's where the masks come in. So could I go buy large billowy cloaks to hide the bodies, and then use the mask to hide your face, and then I'll use my cover to get us in, even though the whole mob outside knows who you guys are. They haven't seen me. I wasn't there. So I can come in and show my face. They'll see who I am, and they won't know who you are. And they won't, hopefully, if my con works, nobody will talk to you. No one will bother you. We can jailbreak Cat and then run back into the mob.
Because you need to look rich, do you not want to borrow my smoking jacket? And I'll just tuck
For
my
sure.
wings
I'm
under
definitely
my
going to
backpack?
show up in the wealthiest kind of clothes that I can. And I'm going to play the part for sure.
Okay. Before I forget, I hand you my smoking jacket.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I think that's what I'm going to do. Could I go buy some billowy cloaks? Is that something that is acceptable?
Yeah, you could probably also, you can get reasonable, they're not going to be super fancy ones at the divorce store, but you can find sort of reasonable, semi-nice cloaks for about 5 silver pieces each.
Okay.
So
If there's a fancy store that has a very expensive cloak for myself.
Yeah, you can go to the gift shop at the Crystal Bowl.
I think I'll buy one cloak for myself at the Crystal Bowl, 3 cloaks for my companions of the appropriate sizes.
Yeah, I mean, they're cloaks, so they're mostly there's a
Big
short
swishy
one for you and then average size for everyone else.
Deal.
They're a gold piece each if you want to buy the fancy ones.
Done. I'm going to buy the fancy one for myself and sort of not very nice ones, but not slumming it, but regular sort of cloaks. Yeah.
So then the grand total is going to be 2 gold pieces and 5 silver pieces.
Okay. I'm just going to go in my equipment.
Math. Nailed it.
2 gold pieces And 5 silver?
Yep.
Done. All right. And so that's pretty much all I'm going to do. I think I'm going to let, if you guys want to direct the crowd, the clerics, and do we know how many people approximately are going to show up?
I have no idea.
Has the clock struck 5 at Devore? Because that's where we said for them to meet us.
We can definitely fast forward to then if there's nothing else you have to do today. So you fast forward. It's just about 5 o'clock. Devore store is closing at 6 because it's a Sunday, and so Veronica Devore is there, starting to clean up and stuff, and y'all are like lingering outside, and she like pokes her head out and is like, do you need anything else? Anything else for the day? I'm just starting to close up. You still got an hour. Anything else you need today?
So you're my friend.
Yep. Sure.
Yeah.
How was that tea? It was an oolong. What do you think? We're testing it out.
Delicious.
Great.
And,
good.
And the bird loved it.
Good. Pigeons don't do that.
Very nice.
Nia, I promise not to steal your bird thunder, but I just am noticing how useful having a bird is. I would like to buy the most aggressive bird Devore has.
So there is, at the end of the day, people have sent their pigeons and whatever. It's at end of the week. There's only 2 birds left. There's a raven and kind of a sickly looking pigeon.
Ooh, I want the sickly looking pigeon. I want 2 now.
All right.
I go for the raven, and I also ask for your most protein-filled pet food that you have.
Okay. So the raven is 5 silver pieces. The pigeon is 3 silver pieces.
And Nia to supply the funds.
I throw one more gold piece at this woman, and I run out happily with my new sick pigeon.
For a gold, you get a raven, a sickly looking pigeon, and like a fairly hefty bag of birdseed.
Fantastic.
What is about to happen? Oh my god.
Nia and I feed all 3 of our birds.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hide my fancy cloak in my bag. And I think, has anybody started to arrive? Because we fast forwarded to the time where we were supposed to meet.
Yeah, so a few minutes later, you see this young elven woman approaching. Unfortunately, she is alone. And she's kind of like, hi, hey, so what's happening? And then like a few minutes later, 2 or 3 minutes later, you see the cleric who was a Dragonborn, and another actually there's a lot of Dragonborn in this area. Another Dragonborn woman walking with him up.
Okay.
So you've got an elf and 2 more Dragonborn, kind of like tentatively asking what's about to happen.
I think I can work with this.
And a GM that's asking what's about to happen. Why do you have 3 birds? What is going on?
I'm going to put on the monkey mask.
For God's sakes, of course you are. Yeah.
Yes, I am. I'm going to put on the monkey mask. And I am going to put on like I'm going to like proverbially pull out my soapbox and start trying to gather people to march to the event in question, to the gates of this guy's mansion, or as close as we can get. You know what I mean? And I think sorry.
We only have 3 people so far.
But I feel like with my bardic skills, I can turn that into a mob. That's what I'm hoping. We're gonna hit the pubs. We're gonna get everybody who's walking down the street. We're gonna go all out here. We're gonna try to get a legit mob here to go over the Petruchios.
Okay.
Right.
Are you literally just starting to yell right now, or?
I think. How many people are out on the street? Like it's around dinner time. Like is there like an amount of foot traffic in the street right now?
There's a bit. It's Sunday evening, so it's a lot quieter than it was last night. There's a handful of people walking back and forth, but it's not like as wild. It's, you know, pretty quiet Sunday evening.
I think it's a Sunday evening. I think I think is there a pub? Is there a rowdy pub in the area?
Yeah, I mean there's the 3 pubs.
Can I
Yeah.
Can I enhance good old Bard's ability by giving him some charisma?
Sure.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Make sure you're marking off these spells that you're using.
Oh yeah.
This is my first time since our sleep using
Amazing.
one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So what I'm going to do is I am going to, as theatrically, as loudly as possible, I am going to like start walking towards the pub and try to get the people, like get all these people walking behind me. I'm going to get my friends, the cloaks.
So you want to? So there's the 3 pubs. There's the like lower class one. There's the medium one, and then there's the like fancy one.
So you guys have been to one of these pubs, yeah?
They went to the middle one.
You went to the middle one. Did you notice that there were a lot of people who don't like this guy, who maybe would like be down to do something like this?
There was definitely the sense that the general populace are really sick and tired and bored of this thing happening. So I think they might need a little galvanizing, but I think they'll come.
Yeah.
But Johnny Lovestrike, come here. I need to touch you to enhance your ability.
Please touch me.
It seemed like the people at the pub, it was more of like an apathetic irritation to me.
Yeah, they need some oomph.
Yeah,
So
you're enhanced. Go get him, Tiger.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to get the people that we've got, and I'm going to walk to. You're asking me which pub to go to. I'm going to hit all of them.
Okay.
I'm going to go to the rundown pub, and I'm going to hit them with these fucking rich people. They're coming into your town. They're with their fucking money, and they're buying up the housing, and now nobody can live here, and all the price of food is up. And doesn't that make you angry? And I want to like rile them up.
Yeah, you don't want an organic divorce coming to town.
Next thing, they're going to take away your meat. And anyways, like I'm just going to like go all out to get these people to like, I'm going to froth them up. I'm going to get them like really angry to come out into the street. And I'm going to just I'm going to hit every place that I see. And just like, until I know that like at a certain point you get to like a critical mass where people are just going to show up because there's tons of people in the street right now. You know what I mean? I want to reach that critical mass as we start walking towards Petruchio's place.
And just to clarify, Johnny has advantage on charisma for an hour.
Yeah, he's just spitting rhymes and changing lines.
Deal.
And you are rolling around wearing a monkey mask, and nobody knows who the fuck you are. So just so you know, I was going to give you
saying the truth.
Disadvantage on all these checks, but you can go ahead and roll flat rolls because you have advantage. So roll me 3. You're going to go from like lowest to classiest. So you're going to start at the water bale. Then you're going to go to the Rose and Thorn, and then you're going to go to the Crystal Bowl.
Descriptions, notes. I want ability saves.
So they're persuasion checks that you're doing.
Yes, persuasion.
Okay. Like setting the scene. You're just some halfling in a robe, a fancy robe, but like a kind of shitty wooden.
No, I put the fancy
mask?
robe. I put the fancy robe in my bag, so I just look like a common person.
Okay, but you're wearing a kind of shitty monkey wooden festival monkey mask.
Yeah, I'm saying the truth.
Yeah, it's like a Guy Fawkes. It's kind of the equivalent of a Guy Fawkes mask.
Sure, if a guy rolled into a bar wearing a Guy Fawkes mask that you didn't know, being like, we're going to roll up on the rich person's house and fuck him up.
No, and I'm not going to fuck him up. I just want to go, we're going to show him that we're not pushovers. That they can't just do this to us. Like we're gonna speak our piece here to these people. We're gonna show them that we are united and that they don't run this fucking town. We do. I'm hoping that my lack, like that the mask and everything adds like an air of mystique. It's just a crappy mask, so it just makes me look like a crazy homeless person. But
kind of does.
Very nice.
Okay.
All right, 3 persuasion checks.
3 persuasions. First one at the water bale. This is the like dive bar. This is like the commoners.
Hell yeah, that's a 17, baby.
Okay.
Woo.
So you come in, and I'm only gonna have you do this once because holy shit, it's already after
Yeah, I know.
7:30.
Let's go. Let's go.
We still haven't got to the mission.
Yeah.
This is amazing. Okay.
But it's important. You kidding me? We haven't got to the mission, but we're getting a mob.
This is fucking perfection. If this was a campaign, I would slow you down and I would have you do each bar by bar, but like, oh man, I'm trying to get through this. Okay.
Yeah.
So what do you say to like just more or less all three of them?
Basically for the rundown pub, I am going to come in. I'm going to buy a round for everybody. I don't know how much that would cost. I don't know how many people are there.
Oh, nothing. 1 gold for the whole bar there.
Deal. I'm going to buy a round for everybody, and I'm going to go, guys, I've got a story to tell you. It's a story that everybody here knows very well. It's a story that's been told so many times before of rich people and us. And these people, they come into our towns, they buy up all the real estate, they jack up the prices of everything. They look down on us. They give us, they treat us at less than, and then they expect us to serve them at every opportunity and be kind and accommodating. And then they come out with these insane controlling, what's the word I'm looking for here? Like schemes, pyramid schemes that they get us to pay money to watch them control their people. They get a stranglehold on the culture of a place, and then they just choke it out and squeeze it dry until there's nothing left for the rest of us.
It's a good speech, and you rolled a 17.
Yeah.
So one human man stands up and says, you know what? This small person here in monkey mask, I wouldn't know why that's happening, but you know what? He's right. I'm going with him. Who's with me? And the whole bar is like, nah, man. You've got one human following you on. What do you do with the Rosenthorn? Also, it's Sunday night. It's not that busy. There's only anywhere between 5 and 10 people in each bar.
So I think I'm going to go to the Rosenthorn. I feel like my compatriots would have given me an idea of the kind of the social class that dines there, and I would basically give the same speech but tailor it slightly to their potential concerns.
Yeah, roll me a persuasion on this bar.
Yes. Persuasion. That's a 12.
Yeah. So everybody in here looks at you, and a couple people are like, "Yeah, man, like we get you. This is cool. Like we kind of work. Like you kind of learn that the Marlows like own a couple of like places in town, and they're not for it, and they support you, and they're like, cool. Let us know how it goes."
You roll with advantage, Johnny?
Yeah, because
oh no, you've got your flat. Never mind.
Yeah,
but Stella nerfed him for being a monkey mask.
right, because monkey masks. Right. Important details.
Yeah.
Well, they can't I
have a new follower, and her name is Alval.
I didn't realize I wasn't following you.
How rude.
Johnny, love strike, go. Johnny, love strike.
Okay, and then you hit up finally the Crystal Bowl.
And between the places, I'm going to try to get the people who are walking by, because we've got like what, eight or 9 people at this point, right?
You've got 7. You've got 3 people following you, and you 4.
All right, then I'm going to go to the next place. Who knows?
Okay, you go to the Crystal Bowl.
Oh, to the Crystal Bowl?
Yep.
All right. Persuasion. Here we go. 15.
Okay. So with a 15, you start like yelling, and the bartender you met last night runs from behind the bar and comes up to you and is like, shh, what the fuck, man? Like, what are you doing? You're going to get me fired. What the shit? What is this mask? What are you doing? What do you need? What's happening?
I'm getting a crowd of people to go confront this Petruchio guy. What he's doing is fucking insane.
No, you're not. No, not here. You're not. Look, what? I'm done at 7:00. What do you need?
But I thought it already was 7 o'clock when we started.
No, it's like 6 or so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because you met everyone else at 5.
Mm-hmm.
Like everyone else. You met the elf and the cleric. Oh wait, no, you are.
And there's
It was
another
actually
one,
2
right?
people. Yeah.
Yeah, we got 4 people in total now.
Yeah, you do. So yeah, by now it's like 6 or so. And they're like, look, you can't come in here doing this. I can come and help you, but you cannot come in here. You're gonna make me lose my job. Also, all these people you realize are his friends.
For sure. Sorry, I didn't realize I the crystal bowl. Yeah, that's probably not a great idea.
Target audience.
There are 3 bars. There's the
You went to the water bail. You got somebody. You went to the Rose and Crown. You
Rose and
didn't.
Crown. Okay, yeah. No,
Rose and Thornton. My bad.
I don't think that's my bad. I don't think I would have even
Okay.
even bothered with the crystal bowl then. I'm sorry.
But-
Do you tell this? Yeah.
But I'm thinking like, where else could we grab people that would be down with this?
The bartender sounds eager.
The bartender,
Mhm.
let's take them up on their offer.
All right. Well, I think I'm going to say, all right, then I need you to gather as many people as you can and meet us at outside the, what's it called again? The place where this thing is happening?
It's Marlowe Manor.
Outside Marlowe Manor to be a distraction. Yeah.
All right, look, I'll see what I can do. I can't promise you anything. I appreciate what you're trying to do here, but you can't do it here. And they kind of like nudge you at the door.
I let myself get pushed out the door for sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Where else? I mean, it's only 7. The thing doesn't start until later. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you've got about a half an hour until it starts. You would give or take 45 minutes.
I'm getting antsy.
I think it's time for the Nia plan. I don't think we have enough people to really make this work. I don't think.
Okay, so
We
just
would
so
need
you
like a
know,
full crowd.
you've got an elf named Polly who was the cleaner at the hospital. You've got 2 dragonborn who appear to be a couple. You're not sure. Jared and Josh. And then you've got a human who eventually says their name is Cliff.
Cliff from the dive bar. Is Cliff drunk?
So 6 of us plus, 6 of them plus the 4 of us.
4 of them. 4 of them.
Plus the bartender.
Plus the
When she
bartender.
rocks up.
Yeah, if they show up. Yeah. It's now about, let's say it's about 6:15. You're heading over to Marlowe Manor, and I'm going to need a quick bio break. So let's take, for real, like
sure.
a super quick 5. And then we'll listen. This is amazing. I have to tell you, I really wish this was a campaign. And I hate to rush you along because I want to go into like why and describe the birds and but really trying to get through this. But so a really quick 5, everyone, and we'll be right back. Okay?
I'm gonna go feed my bird.
Yeah.
Are we in?
Yes, we're in.
Okay.
All right.
Oh wait, you guys aren't, but I'll bring you back in. Give me a second. You're fine. Rebecca and David, you're not there. Give me 30 seconds to pull you back in. Oh boy. But everyone else is there.
Excellent.
Okay, everyone's there.
All right. Excellent.
So I was just saying that even though Johnny is sort of disappointed at the numerical turnout of this mob that we're trying to collect, I still think that it's worth humiliating or embarrassing or invalidating Petruchio in front of these clients, because it will be ruinous to his reputation and to the reputation of this program, this stupid thing that he's running, because these guys are going to go on.
Yeah.
Are these rumors will spread that he's not good at this workshop, so people aren't going to attend next time.
Is this like a seminar type thing, or is it like a cult meeting? Like, because if it's like a cult meeting, they might not care at all, and we might have to fight our way through whoever's there, right? But if they're just all these newbies who are like, man, this guy says he can control his wife, and I have a wife who needs to be controlled, and so I'm going to go check it out. You know what I mean? Like, if it's a bunch of people like that, then it's okay. But then you're right.
I think either way, it'll still make a dent in his reputation. So I feel confident.
Fair.
Yeah, the best thing we can do is to go in and try and embarrass him or humiliate him peacefully. We do it peacefully, and if that doesn't work, then violence solves everything in the Stellaverse.
I agree, Nia.
Kill everyone and let the gods sort it out? Okay, let's do it. Let's fucking go.
That's what Ayun would do.
I'm a criminal bard, man. I've had to do some shady shit. I know how this goes.
I'm a criminal bard. Wow. Okay. Sure. Yeah.
Well, criminal is my background, right? Criminal slash spy.
Touche. Okay. Yep.
So I had a rough upbringing. You know, I know how this thing goes.
Yeah. You know.
Raised on the streets.
Okay. So you've all approached sort of let's say you're like 40 or 50 feet back from Marlowe Manor. You have with you 2 Dragonborn, an elf and a human, who are tentative. They're here. You can already tell they're not super keen on like crossing into the Marlowe property unless they have real reason to. Go ahead and everyone roll me a perception check to have a quick look at what's going on.
Oh, perception's +5.
Yeah.
13.
21.
Just for you specifically?
Ooh.
21.
Oh, shit. Okay. With a 21, Emerald notices that, first of all, it's nearing dusk. It's nearing sunset. There's still plenty of light, like you can see. It's not dark. And then you notice that there are a couple people, looks like around 4 people, sort of milling about outside the door of the shrine behind the house. You notice that there are 2 guards now out front of the house, and there appears to be like another 2 guards near the shrine in the back of the house. That's kind of all you see at the moment. You're far enough back. Nobody's you're just people walking in the street.
Mm-hmm.
With my 21, can I identify whether one of the guards is the one who clocked me earlier? And Nia?
Yeah, one of the ones by the door is.
Right.
This is why before we get up to the house, you guys are going to wear your cloaks and your damn masks.
Put those on right now for good measure.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll throw my
Definitely. And I'll wear but it doesn't work if there's no crowd. Then we just got all these random people who are going to be like, why did we come here? And then they're going to go away.
I do have to say just one more time, these masks are just crappy, I'm playing a character in you go to Pride and you put a mask on, like a carnival mask or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a pig mask from the dollar store.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just so you know. So I'm just making that clear.
We are so conspicuous.
Yeah.
I think just Johnny should have a mask then.
I'm gonna use the cloak to hide my birds.
Yeah.
But I feel like the guard who clocked the 2 of us, we didn't really do much suspicious. We still played it off like we were just perusing the premises, right? We were just kind of looking around.
I feel like I could maybe pass it off as part of the process of investigation.
Do we have any idea what anyone else is going in looking like? Like if we put hoods up to maintain a degree of anonymity, is that going to be weird?
I mean, everyone else is wearing sort of random different outfits. It looks like there's like, somebody who appears to maybe be a knight. There are what appears to be a couple of rangers, maybe. People who, there actually is, with a 21, both of you would notice in the people you see outside, there's actually a female knight there. So just like there's sort of a range of people. They all look they all feel like they could be armed, and that's not unusual for this world. People walk around with a bow or whatever on their back because it's that kind of world. It's not unusual, but
then let's play it your way, Johnny. I'm not going to bother with a hood or anything. We'll just go up and it was part of the deal.
Agreed.
I think with my kind of persuasion rolls, I might be able to swing that type of thing.
Yep.
The mask did give you a disadvantage when you went into those bars. So
when I was trying to persuade people to join the cause,
True.
But if I'm like deceiving these people into thinking I'm a bumbling idiot noble person who's come to test the theory but really wants it secretly to work, who's from a prestigious university in Draconia, I feel like that's a pretty so far everything I've done other than trying to gather the crowd against him has been a good. That's why I wanted to wear the mask, is so that when I walk up to the guards with this crowd of people, the people wouldn't go, "Hey, isn't that the guy who convinced us to be here?"
If you feel good, we feel good.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Guards, am I right?
Yeah.
That was my play, but we don't have I feel kind of sketchy about just 6 people being outside the gate. I mean, I guess they could just sit there and witness what we do, but there's nothing unless we pay for their entry into the show, so to speak.
Yeah, let's do it.
So there's 4 of you and 4 of them. You're your backup, if you will. So
Hi, is it the bartender?
Bartender's not there yet.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
It's only about 7 o'clock. Not quite. It's maybe 10 to 7 now.
Okay.
And the bartender already said that they end work at 7, so ish. And I don't know if you all have worked at a bar. When somebody says you end at 7, you never fucking end at 7 because you have to put your count out.
Right.
You have to Anyways, you know how it is.
Yep.
So you've got 4. You've got 2 dragonborn, a human and an elf, who are sort of lagging behind, who look like I said, they're not sure what your fucking plan here is, but they're there. So what do you want to do?
I think, what am I going to do with these tools at my disposal? I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up to the guard and I'm going to say, hello, what was the name again that I gave as my
Sir
Fitzroy. There we go. I'm going to go up to the guard and say, hello, good fellow. My name is Sir Fitzroy of Draconia, and I'm here to inspect the goings on at this fine soiree, to test to bear witness to whether this event is or is not a true development in our scientific knowledge today. I have here a cross-section of the population from this town, all to bear witness to this event, to increase the scientific accuracy of my findings. And I definitely wanted to sound like I'm a bumbling noble person who definitely they would have heard has been throwing money around, maybe that type of deal.
This guard looks at you and is like, sure, 5 gold.
I give him 5 gold.
Go on. And you.
Oh, and this just goes to the next person?
Yeah. Looks at Nia and says, you're here for the seminar?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Why?
I thought it sounded cool.
Roll
But
me a deception
sir,
check.
these people, they all need to be here, or else our scientific findings aren't going to be accurate. If
I'm
I
with
can't have
him.
the honest opinions of these fine folks of all genders and different ethnicities and different classes, I won't be able to make a proper scientific paper, and the journals won't accept it as a true finding, and I won't be able to promote this potential cure for social unrest to the to the people of the university and to the wealthy across Draconia and the whole world.
Are you done?
Maybe.
Johnny, roll me
That
a
depends. Do
deception
you say
check.
yes or no?
Roll me a deception check. And also,
Oh, yeah.
if everybody's going in,
Mm-hmm.
What are they doing turning people away at the door when we could just pay our
Well,
way in?
I
as
mean,
if
you're a
this
woman.
hasn't happened before.
Yeah. There's a lot of controversy around this event.
Yeah. It's going to be 45
Damn.
gold pieces first. Also, if first of all, deception check.
I'm gonna roll
For me as well?
deception with advantage. Yeah,
Yeah, if everyone's helping you, you can roll with advantage.
but I
instead of
still
the
have
technical
the
roll. It doesn't stack, so yeah, just advantage.
yeah.
Do I roll as well? Or is this just
No, because it's
I rolled a
He's already got
15,
Good,
but I'm
good,
going
good,
to
good.
roll with advantage. That's a 22.
okay. Guards, two of them at the front door actually look at all of you and are like, fine, 45 gold pieces.
If we each pitch in extra 5 for our extra, we got 4 extras, so we might as well pay for us and then one other person for each
So
of us.
the guard is the one who takes the gold.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we
So
each pitch 10?
however you want to do it, but make sure you do it because it's very
For sure.
important. So yeah, 10 gold each will do it if you all have that.
Deal.
Yeah, we each pitch 10? Okay.
And you go towards the sort of backyard. And as you're walking sort of around the house towards the shrine, whoever wants to have a quick look around, go ahead and roll me a perception check.
Yay. 8.
Actions.
It's a backyard.
Nine.
Nice out here. Yeah, it's really nice out here.
Oop, 1 second. Rolled the wrong thing.
I'm fixated on the grass. I just really
17.
like the grass.
Yeah. It's
I rolled a 7. I look at the grass with Nia.
yeah. Maybe you all are a little nervous. You're checking on by the way, your 4 companions look nervous.
Okay.
They have no business and they know it being here. So everybody does notice that. I'll give you that. And only Johnny notices that through the window inside the house, you see a woman with long black hair and a fringe. It looks like she's sort of like putting together plates of food or something. And there is about 4 people kind of milling around the door of the shrine. The door is open. You can't quite see inside. It's a bit dark because it's sort of that weird dusk hour where you like look inside and inside looks dark. You know what I mean? And that's sort of what you see.
Okay. So there's a person in the house who looks like they're cleaning up after a meal.
Yeah, maybe.
Setting up a meal, right?
Setting up a meal. Yeah.
Got you. Okay.
It's got to be Cat.
I was going to say this is the same person Altharion, Nia, and myself would have laid eyes upon potentially. And
Well, would I? Because I've met Kat before.
Oh yeah, you've met Kat. It's Kat.
Yeah. Would I recognize her?
Yep.
Oh, it's Kat.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
and we corroborate that. I guess.
Yeah.
100%.
You probably
I
wouldn't
see.
notice, but like with that check, but Johnny was probably like, "Hey, look, it's Kat," and you guys are like,
It's
"Yeah,
Kat.
I met her
Got
like
you.
fucking yesterday."
Do we see, and how well guarded is the mansion right now?
All you see right now, you see 2 guards sort of standing outside the shrine, and you saw the 2 at the front. That's all you see at the moment.
Okay.
You've seen 4 guards total. And you hear a voice from inside, friends, thank you all so much for being here. I appreciate your presence, you brilliant flock of friends. The seminar will begin in just a moment. I invite you to have a... God damn it, Cat! Where's the platters? And a few minutes later, Cat comes out carrying a platter and looks you straight in the eye, Johnny, as she passes you. She goes inside. It appears that she puts down some plates and whatever, comes back out, looks at you and mouths, and waits for a response.
So she says that to us, the four of us.
To you, like she kind of like looks at those people that she recognizes from yesterday, and then looks at you and mouths, "What are you doing here?" She's walking back towards the house, so that her back is to everybody, like sort of behind her.
And then I'm just going to I'm just going to say, "I'm here for the seminar," and I'm going to walk past her into the open doors.
She walks inside the house. Okay.
No.
The three of us have just spoken to her recently, so
wait. Can I?
She does recognize all of us.
Can I try to do something sneaky as I walk by?
Of course you can.
I would like to try to cast. I would like to try away from the prying eyes, like between, so that she's blocking sort of what I'm doing. I want to cast Identify on her to see if she's under some sort of enthrallment or spell or some sort of if there's some condition that she has that I should know about right now.
Identify a person.
Yeah. Yes, you can.
I'm gonna veto that anyways. We know that she's not like she's acting on her own free will. She's just kind of being sort of
bossed around by a dummy.
Yeah.
Identify is like you find an object and be like, "What is this?"
But I can cast it on a creature, and it'll tell me if that creature is under the effect of any spell.
Okay, you can. You kind of, your friends have told you quite convincingly, though, that she wasn't under a spell.
Well, she wasn't under a spell yesterday.
Oh, okay.
She isn't under some sort of permanent spell. I want to know if this dude like cast Enthrall on her like an hour before the show or whatever.
Johnny,
to, like, make
no!
Johnny, you're overthinking it.
You're overthinking it.
No.
Guys, I have this spell and I haven't used it once.
Don't waste spell slots. Stella pretty much told you it's all good.
I'm going to have you save a spell slot because I'm so nice. But I will have you do a little Arcana check.
Okay, I'll do an Arcana check.
Yeah. Because I really want you to save those spells right now.
Okay.
Oh God.
We need those for later.
Actually, I'm going to Arcana as well because I just want to know I want to know what's in the area. I'm not focusing for me so much on her.
Yeah, that's an 11 for me.
Okay.
Oh, never mind. I'm a 5.
Yeah, neither of you sense much magic in this area at all, actually.
Okay.
No, not within, I would say the range is 30 feet? Then not within 30 feet.
Okay.
Okay. Then you hear another voice say, Friends, come on in. Your instruction to a better life is about to begin. Enter. I just got so much spam in the why 3 of them? What the fuck is happening? 3 people at once want me to be.
I want to be famous.
I love the sandbox.
What just?
For fuck's sakes. Okay. Jesus. Why 3? Anyways, doesn't matter. So, do you enter?
Yes.
Yeah.
You all enter the room. You see basically what is, and you sort of deduced this yesterday, appears to be an old shrine that was a while ago a shrine to Ioun, but has now been converted to just sort of like a meeting place. There are 2 sort of long tables with a bench behind it, and then up at the front there's sort of like a podium. Behind the podium is a dashing man, I guess, depending on what your type is, standing there sort of flipping through a few papers. Sitting on the benches or getting ready to sit, like grabbing a plate of food and cup of coffee, maybe a beer. Like it's it's catered. It's kind of nice. You're surprised. You're like, 5 gold. Cool. I get a snack. Nice. There are 6 people. 4 of them appear to be of the male variety, but there is 1 female knight.
Right.
They all look sort of gruff, but like, roll me an insight check.
Sure.
This may come under, this is obviously insight, but under the same principle, am I getting the sense as I walk in that this place has been desecrated, or is it still sacred?
Oh, you would, I'm just going to give you that for free. It's no longer, I guess desecrated, but it's not like anybody like burned it or anything. It was just like, we're going to take out all the Ioun.
It's lost its holiness.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
13.
Okay.
That's an 8 for me.
11.
Okay. There are 6 people here.
Cool.
Kind of like look at you. There's actually not really any space for you to sit. These people could probably squeeze in to fit another person each on the bench, but they're not gonna.
So to recap, there's Petruchio, I presume. Cat there. There's our group of inside. 8. Okay.
Yeah.
This is all outside. Okay.
You've just gone in the shrine.
We're in the shrine. Okay.
Yeah.
And there's 8 of us in our group,
Yeah.
and then 6 others?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Plus Petruchio.
Yes.
Got it.
Yeah. And they kind of like, the 6 people look at you and they sort of spread out. You can't sit here. Or no, what is it? Seats taken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Can't sit with us.
Yeah. On Wednesdays we wear pink.
Yeah, exactly.
That kind of vibe. And Petruchio like looks at you all and is like, "Well, my goodness, what a parade of beauties we have here tonight. Young lady, thank you so much for coming. You've made a great decision here. I bet you're the strong one in your relationship, aren't you?" And he looks right at you, Nia.
Yes, I am. I'm always the strong one.
Wonderful. That's important. That's important for all of us to display what?
Strength.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm just eating the sandwiches.
Yeah. Well, let's start at the beginning. What you want to do here is know that you have what?
Strength.
Strength.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, everybody here has a certain kind of inner strength, and you need to know that you own it. And if you believe it, everybody around you will know it. If you take a partner, you are in charge of that partner. Am I right?
Yes.
Sure.
She knows what's up. What's your name, young lady?
Nia.
I'm so happy you're here today. Tell me the name of your partner.
John Lithgow.
Great.
Ah, yes, John of Lithgow.
Yes.
A strong clan, the Lithgow clan.
Now tell me, my good friend Nia, do you tell John of Lithgow when to wake up?
I kind of glance over at Johnny. Like,
And I'm gonna go.
Yes.
Do you tell him when to go to bed?
I look at Johnny again. Yes.
Do you tell him what to eat for dinner?
I look at Johnny real quick.
I'm gonna go.
I don't know.
Nia, I'm so glad you came here today. You have so much to learn. If you are the alpha of the relation, and he goes on. I'm not going to do this because I already feel sick. And he just goes on and on and on, and basically talks about how if you own your power, then you can be the strong one in the relationship. You deserve that power, and you can tell your partner to do whatever you tell them to do, because guess what? You're always right, and you know best. Am I right? You should also control the gold of your family. And guess what? Some of that gold should come to, always refreshing your knowledge in seminars like this. By the way, part 2 is 2 weeks from, et cetera, et cetera.
Right.
And then after, about an hour of fucking bloviating out of his ass, he's like, well, Friends, gentlemen, I mean, ladies and gentlemen, right? Let's take a break. Let's take a 15-minute break here. Go on outside. My wife is going to bring us some food because guess what? I told her to. And the doors open and Kat walks in with another plate of food.
Should we check the food to make sure it's not like poisoned or there's no kind of, it hasn't been tampered with? I'm cautious. I'm just cautious.
Can I get a beat on this dude? I want to know. Can I look him up and down and see how, like, get a beat on this dude on how dangerous he is? I know that's a bit of a weird ask.
Yeah.
But like, does he have like sword calluses? Like, is he a person who is he just some rich dude who's just like spouting this nonsense? Or is he like a capable combatant? Does he have like, is there something else underneath that?
Okay, so Nia, you walk over to, first of all, the like little table. There's a little table on the side with some food on it. And you walk over and roll me an investigation check on the food.
Quick investigate.
Johnny, you sort of like, so Petruchio walks over to like the tables where a couple of the other people are there, and he does the like when like people lean over the table you're sitting at and you're like, this is a lot. Like,
if you invade their personal space, you assert dominance type of got you.
So he's doing that to a bunch of the other people, and you kind of like approach over there to see if like suss him out. So go ahead and roll an investigation check on that. Nia, what'd you roll?
Investigee, I rolled a 23.
Not only is this food not poisoned, it looks amazing. It looks really, really nice. You had a bit of view of the garden yesterday. Beautiful, like really fresh apples. There's sort of like, it's like a fruit platter. It's beautiful. Some cheese, a little brie, some like old cheddar. Oh.
I fill my plate and make sure I sneak enough food to my 2 pigeons.
Okay.
Under my cloak.
Roll me a sleight of hand check on hiding your birds.
Oh, I got +4, baby. Let's do this.
Go ahead. While you're doing that, Johnny, what'd you get on your investigation?
16.
Okay. So you sort of like see the lean, and you know what? This dude's like, he's pretty in shape. You got to admit it.
Got you.
He probably didn't skip leg day. You know what I mean? Like,
gotcha.
He's got some armor. Like, he clearly dressed in all his finery. He's carrying his weapons. He doesn't look like he's a pushover. He does look like, he's got like lavender oil in his hair and his skin is quite nice. And, like,
one of those rise and grind beast mode types.
Yes.
Values a good facial once in a while.
Yeah.
By the way, I rolled
like Instagram influencer type vibes.
Yeah.
Got you. Okay.
I rolled a 20 on sleight of hand. My birds are fed.
Yeah. Your birds are fed and still hidden.
Yeah.
Somehow you have 2 birds in here.
Yes.
While this is all going on, I want to take a minute and cast an augury, and I want to actually get a vibe for what is going to happen if we try to resolve this peacefully.
Yeah.
Like, I want to actually, if we go with the let's stop him doing whatever he's doing, can I get the vibe that peace is going to be a positive option for us?
So that's a question to me, right? It's a yes, no, or kind of from me.
The possible responses you can give are good result, bad result, both, or meh. And
you don't roll or anything. I just give you an answer, right? And you want to know if you can do this peacefully. It's hard to answer. Like, could be either.
Gotcha.
So we might be able to decide how we execute this.
Key thing is it's possible.
Yeah, it's possible. Okay.
All right.
I tucked back my birdseed into my backpack because I was ready to throw it on Petruchio's crotch and say, "Go, my raven."
Yeah. Do you want to do anything else over this, like the break of the seminar?
I think we want to agree on whether we're going to execute this peacefully or Nia style.
Can I sneak out of the meeting in a way that no one who's already like part of the sort of who's in on it, like none of the people who were there when I showed up would notice that I had gone? Can I go
You
meet?
can just leave during the break. Nobody would notice.
What I want to do is I want to go talk to Kat if I can without anyone knowing.
Okay, so if you're going to try and get in the house, then that would definitely be a stealth check.
Okay.
Because
Do you want me to create a diversion?
2 guards.
Do you want me to create a
check.
diversion?
You could create a diversion, or I could cast invisibility on myself.
Oh,
It's not a
okay.
very high level spell.
That probably works a lot better.
I know you really want to create a diversion. So.
How about this? But if you create a diversion, then I will get advantage on my roll. Yeah.
Yeah, you'll also get advantage if you're invisible. So it depends what you want to do. If you want to save your spell, or
I think I wanted to create maybe a diversion. I think that would be more fun.
You think
Let's do
so?
it. Hell yeah!
Because
And
I could.
My sneak is pretty good. My deception.
Because I'm saying I could time it a little better because this is a break, and I could time it in the middle of the presentation, which would be ideal. But if you would prefer I do it now, then I can do it now.
No, I think I'm just going to. Actually, could I like deception my way in and convince the guards that I have to go to the bathroom real bad or something, and like go into the house?
Yeah, I mean it's D&D. There's not, I guess, like there's
Like,
not really
but I just like I'm
bathroom.
asking you, like, you know, Johnny, who's like pulled a few cons in his day. Is that the vibe that he gets that he would like? Would that even be an option?
You could try. Bathroom isn't really a good, like, it's basically outhouses in this world. So
Right.
it's not, bathroom isn't a good thing, but you can definitely try and charm the guards for a reason to go inside.
I think I'm going to surreptitiously like empty one of the plates of food. I'm going to grab the plate and I'm going to walk over to the guards and say, "Hey, I'm just going to go get some more sandwiches. I was told the cat was in the kitchen making more sandwiches, so I'm just going to walk over and fill this platter up and bring it back out." Or no, I'm going to let her know that she needs to fill this up and bring it back out.
Nice.
Roll me a deception check.
And we have Nia waiting to do her trick if all else.
Oh yeah, and if that fails, then I'll just like Nia will do her thing and
I'll do. Yeah. Okay.
Nia's ready.
I'm ready with my birds.
Deception. Oh, I got a lot of, and plus this is charisma, so I get advantage. Yes.
How long is that for? An hour?
An hour.
Yeah, she
Oh.
got it.
Yeah.
That's okay. You've got maybe like 10 minutes left.
13.
By the time break's over, that's over, let's say.
21.
Oh, okay. So the guard says, "Oh, I can't believe they are like disregarding their duties." You
They're
go in there and you
hungry
tell her.
in there, man.
Yeah, tell her to get her butt out here. I apologize, sir.
You got it.
It's a good practice for you. Boss says that, like, you know, feel free to practice. You know what I mean?
Well, you know, plus when you're little, you got to have that much extra practice to do everything, you know? It's hard when you get like tower over people like he does. He's so charismatic.
He is pretty
Damn it.
dreamy.
And then
Go on, little man.
And I'm going to go in to talk to Kat.
Yeah, you basically can walk in the back door into essentially the kitchen, and she turns around and is like, looks around. Johnny, what the fuck are you doing here?
I'm gonna sort of look around and go like, is anybody listening right now?
I don't think so. There's guards at the front, though. There might be one upstairs. And the two, how the fuck did they let you in here?
I gave them money.
Yeah.
I paid the entrance fee. They don't know who I am.
Okay.
No, oh, you're talking about in the kitchen right now?
Well, yeah.
I'm a charismatic guy. I got my ways. Come on, you know me.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna lay the empty. I'm gonna put on the empty. I'm gonna take the empty plate and I'm gonna put it on the table. And I'm gonna go like, apparently people are hungry in there, and you should probably
like putting shit on the plate.
Put shit on the plate, and I'm gonna go. Bianca has asked me to get you out of here, and me and my 4 friends over there. You've met a couple of them already. We're here to bust you out.
Those
tonight.
weirdos from yesterday.
Those weirdos from yesterday.
They're your friends.
Listen. They're weird. They're my coworkers. They're also my friends, but they're my coworkers, and I can assure you that they are really, really skilled in what they do.
I gave her 2 tomatoes. I helped her pluck tomatoes. But Just
Yeah,
saying.
it was.
And I'm
it
gonna
was
say,
weird.
trust me, if somebody tries to stop you from leaving tonight, those people are going to stand between them and you, and they're gonna fight like hell.
Wait, what do you mean leaving?
Your sister is really worried about you, and your family wants you out of this awful marriage. That fucking clown. Respect, like I know, I don't want to reflect badly on you, but that guy is insufferable.
Yes, we all know that, but look, I know you mean well, but you know what would happen if I leave here? It throws both of our families into chaos. You weren't there for the marriage. It was a mess.
And your sister is willing to put up a sizable amount of money to get you out of here regardless.
Okay, look.
Like if we don't make this happen tonight, she's gonna find somebody else.
Sure, but like I can't just leave here. I can't just leave here. It would throw the whole family into chaos. He would send his guards after me. He has so much more money than either of us. It would throw both Bianca and I into ruin. Look,
and this isn't ruin right now? What you're doing here?
Look, the only way you're going to get out of here is to convince the town that he's the idiot that he is. But like,
the town already knows he's the idiot that he is.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Okay, I said that wrong. Not the town, the rich people, the powers that be. Look, you have to. Don't think you understand. He's really powerful. His words mean a lot.
Do you know what his power is built on? The fact that
money,
everybody
charisma,
it's
history,
the fact that
power.
It's the fact that everybody thinks he's in control.
Because he is.
And what do you think would happen to that perception that he's always in control if his wife left him because he's a fucking insufferable prick?
Nothing. It would be my fault. They would tell me that I was some poor urchin that didn't know when day was day and night was night, because he decides that around here.
Isn't she from a pretty wealthy family?
We get the sense that like she was from like a wealthy family that maybe lost all their shit and this family saved them. You know?
Right. Desperate times, desperate measures.
Yeah.
How many does she have? Any siblings, any parents? Like, is Kat her only family? Does she have any other family out there that would be affected by this?
Yeah, you get the sense that like probably Bianca and Kat are the only ones left of their family, and they're trying to like, retain their family name. And also they're just like
she's trying to retain the family name. Kat is not.
Well, this is Kat. Bianca's your
family. Yeah, sorry. Bianca. Yeah. Bianca obviously isn't.
Yeah. Look, the only way you're going to do this. Do you know the tale? What's that bard's tale? Have you ever heard of the tale of the prince? Like he went out naked and everyone laughed at it. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
The emperor has no clothes.
Right. So he's the fucking emperor. And nobody's going to believe him until he literally has no clothes. Do you know what I mean?
I mean, he's the emperor. He's wearing no clothes right now.
He is, though. To everybody else, he's wearing fucking diamonds.
And what do you think happens when the first person says, hey, that dude is fucking naked? Everybody knows that's the truth. Everybody knows it's happening.
It's not everybody. It's a few people who have no money. Look, I've got to bring this back out there. She storms out the door with the platter. And you're left alone in the house. Well, presumably.
Does this house have... you could tell me this, Stella. In this world, would Petruchio's money all be in a bank, or would it be in an old school like vault in the basement?
Ooh, it's hard to say. It could be a combination. There are banks, but most people like carry their gold or keep it in vaults or keep it. It's not always in gold. It's a lot of times they have like jewels or they have like things that are worth money.
Interesting. She said there was a guard upstairs as well. Oh, is that reckless? I want to go rob the vault if he doesn't have his money. But he has. No, it probably wouldn't be that simple. Shit. Wait, and the other people in the place, they weren't all rich folks, right? You said they were like sort of a rough and tumble.
Oh,
sort
they
of
no,
people?
like the people in the seminar looked rich, but they looked like top, like they, for lack of a D&D term, they looked like bros. Like they were like, you know, on the football team, bro.
Right. These are like how do you say, like trust fund babies type.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Can the three of us find Johnny so we can discuss all this?
Yeah, you saw that he went
Yeah,
inside.
I think I'm
A few
going
minutes
to
later, Kat came back out and
Yeah.
dropped a plate in the thing. That's where we're at.
I think I'm going to I think I'm going to go if there's yeah, I think I'm just going to walk out after her as well.
Well, we want to talk to you in private where all these bros can't hear. So we're going to come in and talk to you first, I think.
But you have to get past the guards. It's easier if we
Yeah.
just meet outside and we like have a little huddle. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Separate little powwow.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds good.
So as Kat puts down the platter, Johnny comes out the door. You hear from inside, "All right, good friends, especially you, little lady. Don't go too far." Wink. We're gonna start up in about 5 minutes. Take another breath. Practice the words that I told you. Practice. I have power and they don't. Practice it with me. I have power
and
they don't. Well done. We'll see you in 5 minutes.
I'm gonna, just before these guys head out, I'm gonna stay behind when they go out and just kind of walk the room looking like I'm kind of muttering to myself, practicing what he's saying, but I want to kind of drift around and just see if I can see anything weird, out of place, ritualistic. Like, is there anything I can spot that indicates that there is anything other than his charisma that is powering any of this?
Yeah, go ahead and roll me an investigation check.
Right.
And the three of you can sort of like huddle in the backyard. You know, it's like essentially a smoke break on a seminar, so nobody's going to be like, "Why are you talking to each other?"
Right.
So you can like move over in the backyard, no problem.
Yeah, that was a 6.
No, honestly, it looks like there's like a handful of papers on the podium. There's 2 tables, 2 benches, and you don't see anything else in this room. It's quite empty. And also, Nia, I will say that Petruchio is definitely kind of leering at you.
Yeah. And all of this, I'm going to also say that all the social intricacies and all the nuance in body language and nonverbal communication is confusing me and making me really miss the wild. So I'm having a slow but powerfully growing urge to bail and go out into the woods and do some backflips and parkour on some trees.
And do some backflips.
And as the three of you walk away, and as Altherian is walking around again, Petruchio, "Little lady, don't go too far. In fact, why don't you come and sit at the front bench with me when you come back in, eh?"
Okay. but I'm ready with my birds.
Yeah. I'm gonna go, Nia. Come on, Nia, come over here for a second.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. What's up?
So I'm going to we're all going to meet outside for a little bit, for a little talk. I'm going to say I just talked to Kat, and it really feels like her family would be in trouble unless we can convince these nobles in that hall that what Petruchio is saying is full of shit, or we can get them against him in some way.
We're here with, it's all 4 of us right now?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no, you're sorry. I agree, and I think that the best way to do that is for Kat to show that she is the one that actually has the power, that everything Petruchio is saying is utter garbage. He's just trying to put her in any disadvantages he can so nobody finds this out. So ultimately, this is just a battle of wits.
I think I say if during the second half of the thing, I can ask him to prove it, to bring Kat out here and prove that he controls her, then we can try to undermine his image or his entire, process. We can try to undermine it by asking him to prove it and then convincing her to leave.
Yeah, as long as it seems that Kat is the one steering the conversation. It's not like a bunch of people that are not nobles are leading it, as long as it seems that Kat is the one in charge, I think that it really will undermine Petruchio in the strongest way.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I mean, yeah, her role as this subservient is means that she has the most power. She has all the power and he has none. So if we can empower her to like stand up and speak, and if we kind of collect around her and bigger her up and protect her, then she has the potential to really tear this whole thing down.
Agreed.
Okay, I totally agree. How do we
I might as well. I really wanted there to be a big reveal, but we're running close on. The urge to rejoin the wild is strong, and I just have to say, my plan from the start was to pick a moment and have my birds shit on his head or on his expensive clothes. So
I was gonna join you and throw some birdseed at his crotch and have the birds, pick away at his manhood, metaphorically and literally.
yeah. So
how's that going to undermine his message to his buddies? It might make them laugh at him. Maybe that's enough.
It'll make him look like a bit of a clown.
yeah, I think to like the upper crusty high class people, having bird shit on you in front of your pals is just a huge faux pas. Having bird shit on your clothes? No way, man. In the middle of a presentation?
If they're already laughing at him, that might kind of open up the floor for Kate to be like, see, look, he is a bit of a buffoon. And through her sort of wits and humor and intelligence, steer the conversation in a direction that is productive.
These guys are all about appearance too. So if a bird shits on you, then there goes your entire facade.
I mean, you got me there.
No?
Everything.
If you got bird shit on your head, like it's hard to act cool if you got.
All right, everybody, we're starting up again. Come on in. Coming in. Hi, little lady. How are you? You're looking great this evening, as usual. Come on in. Have a seat. Sorry, there's no seats for you all. These people came first. You should show up on time next time. Am I right? Taught you a lesson, didn't it? That's right. And yeah, what are you doing?
Sorry, go on.
No. Go ahead. Ask your question first, because
is Kat still in the room?
No, she's back inside.
She was never in the room. That's why we gotta get her in
dropped
here.
off food.
Came out with the plate, right?
Yeah, she came out with a plate again, but no, yeah.
Okay, so
can I add in an interjection then?
Yeah.
While she was in the room, I want to repeat my trick from earlier if I can, and I'll allow my investigation to take me close by her on the way out. And I'm just going to reach out and just put a quick hand on her shoulder and say everything's going to be okay. And as I do that, I'm going to cast heroism on her.
Okay, you do that as she goes back inside. Break ends. We're back inside. Gross. Nia, you're up.
I preemptively, like waiting for sort of a midpoint of his speech when he's just sort of generated some momentum. I'm taking out my birds. First, the healthy one. And I indicate to the bird, I'm like, you know what to do. Do what pigeons do best. And I kind of point at him around his head. And I'm like, you know what? I know you're sort of a trained bird, but I'm letting you to roam free. Just do this one thing for me. Do what's natural, and then go ahead. You're free. I release you, kind of thing.
And it's
yeah. And I'm petting it, and I have good animal handling. So I'm like, all I'm telling it is keep it simple, nothing complicated. Do what you do best. Do it on him.
So this bird, I'm just going to give it to you because I told you it was a trained bird. Comes out of your cloak, sits on this guy's head, shits on his head, flies towards the door. Before you can even notice, Petruchio says, "What the fuck is this bird fucking doing here?" Runs out towards the door and shoots an arrow at the bird.
In any of that time, was I not allowed to take the sickly one and be like,
yeah, you can.
Look at what that one did before the death part. I was like, you're sick, so you've got extra ammunition. Go and do what you do best, bird. Go.
So the sickly bird, as this...
No, wait. I take it back. So as he's running out, I point the bird to the other guests, the fancy pants guests. And I'm like, you saw what just happened there? Fly, my pretty fly. Just go to town.
So the second bird
Just on that side of the room, though.
just starts flopping around and shitting on some people. Petruchio runs to the door, chases after your first healthy pigeon, and tries to shoot it with a crossbow. Runs into the backyard. What are y'all doing?
I'm gonna say real loud. I'm gonna say really loudly. I'm gonna go. Well, shit. This isn't what I signed up for. I thought this was gonna be a real event over here. I thought we were gonna be learning something useful. What the hell is this? Why are there pigeons in here? What the fuck, man? I didn't sign up for this. I'm gonna look at the rich people. Go, right? Am I crazy here? Am I the asshole? Come on.
Someone as rich as Petruchio should really know how to play all of the sports, like, you know, tennis and shooting pigeons and stuff. And obviously,
did he miss the pigeon?
He's not really.
Who misses a pigeon?
Man he says he is. I think that we know that maybe he doesn't hold the power. Maybe he's compensating. What do you think, Cat?
She's not here.
But all the other people stand up and say, who the fuck do you think you are? It's a fucking pigeon. You, girl, you don't even belong here. Get the fuck out of here.
Me?
Yeah, you.
Well, you know what? Fuck all of you, man. First of all, his fucking rich, tired ass hitting on me when he's got this subservient woman who will do anything he wants, presumably back there. How greedy can you be, you bitch ass? Plus, you got bird shit all over you. Guess what? I was raised in the woods. If a bird shits on me, I just shrug it off. Oh, sorry, I ruined your fucking party. You're all lame, and I hate all of you. Except for this side of the room. You guys are cool. What, you guys think you're so special just because you have money? Just do a backflip. Prove it to me. You can't. Exactly. Suck my dick. I'm out of here. Fuck you. And then I walk out.
Nia bolts the door. Bolts out the door. Petruchio is outside shooting a pigeon. All the 6 of the other ones turn to the 7 of you and say, what the fuck are you doing here?
I smack a plate of food out of somebody's hands as I go.
On your way out, smack.
I'm going to step forward and I'm going to say I came here to see whether this Petruchio was half the man that he claimed to be. But instead, I find somebody who cannot control their own emotions. And if they can't control themselves, what is this nonsense about controlling other people? He is a sham and has been exposed as such.
And to continue Petruchio being stuck outdoors, chasing around a pigeon, I throw a bunch of bird seed out the door and my raven. So he really is stuck out there for a few minutes to buy us some more time.
All right, Petruchio is outside. He's hit a pigeon. He's hit a raven. Nia's fucked off to chase after her pigeons. Sorry, Nia had to be somewhere. Because we're doing this again. Okay, true question to the people left. Do we do another continuation? Do we cut it short? Or do you want to keep going? Nia had to leave.
I am down to do a third one so we can include Nia. But I guess as our D&D master, how near are we to the end of our adventure?
Oh my god, I don't know. I have no idea what y'all are doing with these birds and everything. We can play it for a few minutes and see where we go. Let's see where we go. Petruchio's outside. The 6 of these people. Also, Nia, also let me know if you just want to pop back in when you're done your other show if we're still here. It's getting fucking weird. So Petruchio has actually unfortunately hit the first pigeon, and Nia is out there like trying to save her pigeon. These 6 people in here have turned on you and are like, what are you? Because this has happened before, right? People have tried to infiltrate this shit. You're not the first people to try and get into the like man seminar and like break it down. They've turned on you. They know what's up, and they're sort of, you know, approaching you, starting to take their weapons out.
I think the cat is still the key. Like if a whole bunch of strangers have tried to shut this down and it just hasn't been shut down week after week, I think we need to get the person who this entire seminar is based on in here to talk about what bullshit it is.
Yeah, I think
Johnny be the best one to try.
I think I'm just gonna say, if this guy's such hot shit, why don't he give us a demonstration? Huh? Why didn't he give us a demonstration? His wife is supposed to be so subservient. Yeah, she brings out these plates of foods, but I've never actually seen her do anything that he says.
You
If he's such a
literally
tough
just
guy-
said she brings out plates of food. Petruchio
Yeah, but
comes back
he
in.
didn't tell her to do that. He has armed dudes out there. Let's see how much power he really has.
Well, friends, this is happening again. Petruchio has come back in, shut the door behind him, and said, "You can leave now."
I thought you were the real deal, Petruchio, man. What the hell?
You did not. I see beyond your ruse, and now you can take that mask off. I've had fools
Oh, I'm
like
still wearing
you
the mask.
come in. I assume. Maybe you're not.
Yeah, no, that works. Yeah.
I've had fools like you come in here before and try and take me down.
I'm going
And they
to
all stand up.
step forward and I'm going to say to him, look, we came here, we paid our money, and thus far up, we have seen absolutely nothing that would indicate that money is going to teach us anything other than shouting at people. You have demonstrated no ability to have any control over anybody, including yourself.
It would seem that you just use your guards to give a show of strength. That is not something you teach in a seminar. That is called having extra money to have extra people around.
Well, good thing my guards are pretty strong. And so are these, aren't we? And the 6 other people are like, yeah. Everyone's ready for a fight unless you want to do something else.
How quickly could Johnny get Kate in here to come and speak to everybody?
I mean, you'd have to, they're all like now sort of blocking the door. So you'd have to sweet talk them to let you pass or fight them.
All right. I'd say we fight them, or 2 of us fight them while one does a duck and weave.
Guys, we're in here with 4 randos, like with 2 randos and 2 priests here.
Yeah.
If we start a fight, these people, like, we might be able to get out. I can use my powers to get us pretty far, and I can have as many people within a 60-foot radius, right? Take their free movement with my power. So I might be able to get us out if the door is clear. I'm worried about these people.
Is Petruchio in front of the door, or is he giving us away?
Yeah, he was the last person to come in and he shut the door behind him. He's literally right in front of the door, and his like 6 people are sort of like around him in a loose sort of way.
Because we need her to sort of publicly prove that he's full of it.
Just checking what I am capable of doing.
Yeah, let's.
Wait.
Looking. I could frostbite them in theory.
In theory.
The biggest thing is we need to move him out of the way.
Yeah.
I don't think fighting 7 people or 6 people.
No, I'm just trying to see if there's something I can do that would like freeze them in time or something. 1 second.
Freeze them in time? No. That's not the thing you can do.
I don't know.
That's amazing.
Overzealous as a junior druid.
Yes. I don't even think there's like fucking with time is like insane.
Super high level stuff.
Yeah,
This
this is not a thing. Like I can't even think of a spell that fucks with
My
time.
noobness is showing.
Yeah. That's amazing though. Wait, let me stop time for a second, y'all.
Can I, in that case, I'm going to try and engage in as much discourse as I possibly can to try and distract. So I'm going to go up to.
Is there like a we're in like
wait, Asterie, finish your sentence.
Sorry.
Oh, that's okay. I was just going to say I'm going to go up and I'm just going to try and just say, look, we don't want to cause any trouble here. We came in, we paid our money, we were here for your seminar, and thus far you have taught us nothing. We would be interested in hearing something about what it is you are actually going to teach, besides simply talking, which we are all quite capable of. And as I'm talking to him, I want to try and kind of get him away from the door so Johnny has a clear space to get us out.
I mean, he's gonna say, look, cleric man, you're very suave and all, but obviously you're not here for the seminar. Your friend here, that girl, which also, who's this other girl here? It was a nice ruse, but I know you're not here for the seminar. I've met you do-gooders before.
Who says anything about do-gooding? I'm here as a simple observer and student. I learn everything. That is my calling, is to learn.
Fine then, have a seat in the pew and we will learn later. The rest of your friends, what are you here for?
Have I moved him at all?
No.
If you're as full of strength and as powerful as you say, then, and you've taught the seminar oh so many times, I want to hear from the woman you based it on. I want to hear all the lessons she's learned from you.
You don't need to hear from her. If you're here for the seminar, you know I have power and she has none.
You've proved nothing.
And if you really had power, we would see just how willingly obedient and observant she is.
I said nothing about willing.
Oh, your face.
Well,
expression.
Let me go back to the drawing board.
You have still proved nothing of power. You have merely proved that you have the power over your own speech and no power over your own anger.
Great. Do you want your money back and leave, or do you want my guards to take you down?
I'd like some kind of a demonstration of what you can do, frankly.
Can I give him some charisma so that they can have a stronger conversation?
Yeah, can you cast that spell again?
I believe I can, actually. Like it.
Yeah.
It looks like I just, while I've used it, I can touch other people as well.
It's a concentration, so Johnny will lose it, but I mean, he's probably run out by now anyway.
It's run out by now.
Yeah, the hour's out. So
it looks like once it's run out, I can then choose who to next bestow it upon.
Yeah.
All right. So I have advantage on charisma checks, but have I got to a point where I can actually
It's going to be a bit hard. You are like at hair's edge from combat here, so it's going to be really hard. He understands that you're not fucking here for the seminar at this point.
Okay.
Right.
Kind of can't bullshit that.
I am going to take my physical warhammer off my back and put it down on the floor.
Okay.
And I'm going to say I am laying down my arms. I merely wish to talk, and I merely wish to understand whether you actually have anything to teach us here, or whether you are some kind of a charlatan who simply takes people's money and talks to them and doesn't actually teach them anything.
I have nothing to teach you.
Well, you clearly do. You advertise the fact that you could teach me to control women. I have not seen any evidence of your ability to control anybody, including yourself.
If only you could read, young cleric. I said nothing about women. I said your partner. If you are strong, I don't care what gender you are, and you are not. So I will count to 10 and I will let you leave my manor, or I will teach you something. And I will start with your dragonborn friend who requested a show of my power.
I request.
10.
Is there
9.
a, can I ask a question, DM? Is there a like, this isn't
I'm
an
nice.
Hey, is there an
It's
enclosed?
not though.
If there's an enclosed, if we're inside like this small sort of space, is there like a brazier for light? How's the light situation?
Yeah, there's a couple. There's like 4 chandeliers on the ceiling.
Could I use Mage Hand to like start a fire to like get everybody out of this place? Wait, no, we don't have to do that. I could just let these 4 people that are with us agree to just leave. I'm just going to look at the 4 people who are with us. I'm going to go like, we should probably leave.
I mean, Petruchio's at the door, but
I mean, he's asking us to leave anyways, right?
Yeah,
These people should just be like, "Yep, I'm out." I should just be like, "You guys need to go right now."
Okay, yeah. If you kind of tell them or gesture, and Petruchio like in the dickish way, like opens the door and is like, "Goodbye, thanks for your gold. Fucking come back never," and shuts the door. And your friends are gone.
Right.
And they fucking bolt because they're like,
you're
exactly
damn right.
what I
I'm just like,
didn't
guys,
wanna
get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Okay.
5.
The 3 of us.
4.
I ready my flame blade.
You ready your flame blade? Oh my
3.
God. How many of them are there?
There are 7 total. The 3 folks and the 4 of you.
Yeah, we fucking.
Nia's gone. The 3 of you.
I'm just going to like.
I think we go to the garden and regroup.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna tug on my friends like cloaks and just be like, guys, we gotta go.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
We should go.
You like Petruchio, because he's a dick, lets you out and slams the door behind you.
Can I?
There are 2 guards out
there. Can
there.
I go behind my 2 friends and like spit in his face as I go by. I know it's pretty high.
He's gonna fucking attack you if you do.
Oh, it's so bad. No, I won't. I won't do it. It's fine.
Okay. You run out the door. And as he opens the door, he looks to his two guards and says, "They have completed their seminar and they will leave now." And the two guards are like, "Got it." And they're ready to watch you leave. And he slams the door. And you have two guards watching you very closely, expecting you to leave.
What does your mantle do precisely?
My
inspiration.
My mantle of inspiration, what it does is it gives everybody 5 temporary hit points and allows them to move their entire move speed without incurring attacks of opportunity.
So it doesn't like hide anyone or anything. It's literally just movement.
No, in fact, it probably makes them. It doesn't specifically say that it makes them extra visible. I mean, it's a bard ability. It probably does.
Right.
Yeah.
It makes them fabulous.
Yeah, it makes them extra fabulous.
This is my, I was going to say spidey sense, but I will say dragon sense.
Mm-hmm.
Like druidy dragon sense. I think that this might be a battle of brawn before it becomes a battle of wits. And so maybe we do want our 4th CV member with us when we have this go down. I don't know. That's my suspicion.
But like none of this matters if we can't get the rich people of this town to condemn this guy.
No, I agree. But right now, 7 people with weapons and strength are standing in the way of us even simply getting the person who could topple this whole thing down. Like they're standing in the way of her, basically.
How's she gonna topple this whole thing down? If she comes in and says, like, we were running under the assumption that he had the illusion of having her be a willing participant in all of this. But it, like, if everybody in there knows that she's not down with what's happening, but she's doing it anyways, if she tries to leave, they're just gonna like force her to stay. I don't see how her saying she's going to leave is going to convince the people in the hall that this whole thing is a sham.
No, I'm saying she needs to talk to them and say, like, he doesn't actually hold any real power. It's just that I'm stuck in a bind with my family. Like, I think there's a lot that she could say that would sort of break the illusion that he is all powerful.
The thing that would break the illusion is if she fucking bailed.
But didn't she just say she cannot bail because
she said, well, she can't bail for social reasons. Like physically, she can leave the premises. If she could get out of this place, then she could leave. But she can't. She won't leave because she's scared of how she'll be chased after the fact. The whole community here. This guy has a ton of power, and the whole community is going to come after her if she tries to leave and she wrecks things. And her family's going to have is going to be hit pretty hard by her leaving.
Which is why she needs to topple his reputation before she leaves.
Right.
So we need to first...
Sure, but I don't see how her talking to these people and telling them they're full of shit is going to do that. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah, no, I hear you.
Like that's the bind is like, I figured that like, if we could break the illusion that she was a willing participant in this and that, but it turns out he's totally fine her not being down and forcing her to do things potentially physically. Do you know what I mean? Like if we're in that camp, then we're almost at the point where like violence is almost the only answer. We need to either get her out of that place now. Honestly, I feel like her reasons for staying aren't true though.
You all look at the house and you see Kat in the window, like looking at you and kind of like doing one of these. Everybody roll me a perception check.
Yeah.
18.
5.
Perception. 10.
With an 18. Nobody else notices, but with the 18, everyone's like, what the fuck is she doing? But Altheron is like, oh, it looks like she's pointing at the garden shed. And then she just kind of runs out of the house and says, guards, that woman is out front. She's trying to break down the front door. You have to go around this way. And she starts to usher the guards the other way around the house, and has created a bit of a distraction for
We
you
head to the shed.
run around either the other side of the house or the shed. She's taking them around the like west side of the house.
Right.
Gotcha. Okay, we hide in the I run on I'm gonna glance around to make sure nobody else is watching, and then I'm gonna run over.
Roll
to
me
the
a
shed.
perception check.
Yeah, I want to see if there's a guard on the roof who's gonna see us do some shenanigans.
Good call.
13.
You look around. You know that like maybe you have like 5 seconds while these guards are turned for like 5 seconds. You need to either get around the side of the house and run away, or get into the shed, or like this is a distraction, but it's a really, really, really quick distraction. So
I personally just beeline to the shed.
Yeah,
Yep.
I bolt for the shed.
okay.
Is this a wise point then to grab Ania, pigeonless or otherwise, drag her into the shed as well, and then resume at a later date?
Yeah, if you guys want. So let's.
Sorry, Stella, we tried.
I know. I can't believe we only got like to the seminar at like 8 o'clock. It was like, wow, okay, cool, 2 hours. I loved it though. Like it's so good. But like, whatever, you guys will be the like interstitiary like campaign in between other stuff that's happening. It's fine. It's all good. We'll bring you back when we can. We can do short little vignettes. It'll be great. Anyway, so this is how it happens. So Nia runs around to the front, and now you're like, oh my God, she was trying to make a fucking distraction. It's clicked in your brain now that she's trying to get you a fucking exit. So she runs around the front chasing after her pigeon, is like, oh my God, my fucking pigeon, and like chases after her pigeon. Then she starts sort of like losing her mind around the front door. Kat sees this happening. Kat sees you get kicked out of the back and is like, well, and basically ushers her guards sort of to go check on Nia to give you a 5-second chance to try and get either away or in the shed. And so it ushers the guards one way, you run the other way, you decide to get in the shed. You get in the shed. Nia, because she's a ranger, we're just going to say, yeah, actually the dice went with it too, is able to like dart away, and probably takes a good like 20 minutes though, because she's going to have to like leave, duck around back, wait. Like she's not going to be able to just like walk around the house and join you in the shed. It's going to take a bit of a covert mish to like get around, get in the shed. And about 20 minutes later, so at this time, the seminar is starting to end. Whatever happened back in there, if you finished it, you don't know. But these 6 people you see start sort of like leaving. They have some chats. They're kind of milling around. And that's where we'll take the pause here. The seminar has ended. Everyone's suspicious of you, but the 4 of you have managed to like sort of hide in this garden shed in the backyard at Marlowe Manor with Kat inside, and the folks from the seminar may be looking to leave. Maybe Petruchio will ask some of them to stay because now he's like sus for the night. You know, there's at least 4 guards in the house, and they got their eye out. And that's where we'll we'll leave. Damn it, it's so good though. I want to know what happens. Again, not at all what was supposed to happen by book. I kind of want to send this to like the people who wrote this adventure. Again, this was originally in a book called Exit Pursued by Owlbear. But this is not the adventure that was written fucking at all. At all. So I will say it's inspired by that, but it's not that. So that's where I guess we'll end, and hopefully we'll come back for another like quickie. Yeah. I'm not going to say quickie. Why would I say that? It's not going to be.
None of our games so far have been quick.
Yeah.
Nothing has been quick. Even the small things that we do have not been quick.
Yeah. So hopefully I'll get like the 4 of you back. Who knows when? whatever, we'll figure it out. But this was really cool. I do want to do a thing that I planned, and I just want to show you how good it looks. I planned this whole like, look, let's try you. If you're watching in the background, I'm just gonna like be like, oh, I have a whole transition to like the map.
Oh my god, that's so cool.
Anyways, but we'll go. Anyways, so next time we'll have to wait for like the map and maybe a fight. I love that, like, it almost came to a fight with Megan, you know, and I like that you were like, no, let's not. Let's find another way out of this, which I think is like cool. I love D&D when people avoid the battles. Anyways, this was like super fun, and
yeah, I don't know.
You up.
The 3 squishies versus 6 people who look like they know how to fight. No, thank you. I'm tiny. I'm like a half person at best.
Tricks though. I feel like, you know, with Nia, you could have taken them, but maybe the 3 of you not.
True.
Alone.
I feel like if Nia was here, like that, Nia is the linchpin, really. Yeah. We need someone in the front.
Yeah.
I'm always happy to use my strength, but Nia is
we don't
really
have a
good.
tank right now.
You don't have enough health. And you don't have enough AC. It's rough.
Yeah.
You're gonna die. We're all gonna die real fast.
Yeah.
Like real fast.
Yeah. Well, I guess that's it. And thank you so much, everyone who came in to like watch for a bit, everyone who commented for a minute. I will obviously let y'all know when we're back. We'll do like a really quick outro if you guys want. You know, Gabe, tell me again real quick about yourself.
Hi, my name is Gabriel Campagne. I'm a musician from Montreal. You can check out my music from my website, www.gabrielcampagne.com, or Stella will put the links in the chat. If you want to listen to my music, I have a band called Les Barricades. High energy music. It's kind of wild. I have the music that I write, which is more like singer-songwriter type stuff. If you are into that, if you're into music that's also bilingual and all that good stuff, definitely check it out. Like me on Facebook.
Daring Duo.
All right. Oh, and they're familiar. I'm Asterie. I was playing Emerald Storm. I'm a solo show artist and creator. I'm also an actor and a playwright. You can sort of follow all of that on my Instagram, which is redheaded_coffeeshop_girl. That's just one of my solo shows. That is sort of my most well-known one, as it were. And anything else? Yeah, just follow me on Instagram, and I always share any digital shows, cabarets I'm doing. We just did a show called Maps of Home that was on the internet. Just fun stuff like that. I actually don't just sing weird ditties where I sound like a bitchy old bitch. I actually sing a lot of beautiful things too.
Oh my god, when you sang that song, I was like, oh, nothing's gonna work. Oh, nothing's gonna work. Okay, here we go. Let's just ride it out. Let's go.
It was Emerald getting bigger than her britches. I was trying to
all good.
Players.
It was profoundly funny and very charming. I like that.
That was the intent, was to be charming and like a cat scratching across a chalkboard. Tell us about yourself.
Oh, it's great. It's great. Loved it.
So I'm David Kingsmill, otherwise known as DA Xavier in the board and video game worlds. I, besides being a stage manager and musician, I also Twitch stream solo board games, RPGs, and video games. I also have a YouTube channel. If you look up Once Upon a Die on YouTube, and if you're one of the 8 or so people I need to get me over the 100 subscribers so I can get a custom URL, that would be amazing. Yeah, do follow me on Twitch and YouTube, and Instagram, Once Upon a Die Podcast, Twitter, Upon a Die Podcast, without the once, which I need to fix at some point. And yeah, that's kind of me.
His Twitches are really fun. Like, he teaches you how to play board games by yourself, which during this pandemic is quite useful.
Honestly, we're doing everything by ourselves. All right, thanks everyone so much. I'm gonna go.
Thank you.
Thank you. Everyone in like chat and hanging out and just like lurking in the background. I appreciate you all so much. I'm sorry we still didn't finish this adventure, but I'm also not sorry. because I really want to do a campaign, and this is sort of turning into vaguely that in the background as we go. So yeah, we'll bring these folks back. We'll keep continuing Crit Vicious. Well, next Tuesday, I've got a bunch of newbies to D&D, and just you wait. We're doing some cool photo shoots with all of them in their characters. So I'm going to start releasing that hopefully tomorrow. And that's in partnership with my partner Sly from Pointy Cat Playhouse. Anyways, tune in for that. We'll be back next Tuesday, and then whenever I can get Crit Vicious back, and then otherwise every other Tuesday we'll be here doing some D&D cool shit. So thanks everyone for hanging out. Bye.